Danville News, Talk Sports, and also live online, hometownlive.net. We're 30 seconds away from news.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here. Are you frustrated with your current job? Want to get that promotion, but you don't have a college degree? Then go to Essity.com. We're hiring 25 new machine operators starting at $19.38 an hour. Is work-life balance important to you? Well, we have 12-hour shifts. You can work 90 nights, work 90 days, and then you're off 180 days during the year. That's with no required OT. Essity, ESSITY.com.
This is Jimmy at the park.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Voters in key parts of the country will head to the polls today. Kentucky's Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is running to win a second term against Republican challenger Daniel Cameron, who currently serves as the state's attorney general and has been endorsed by Donald Trump.
The question here in Kentucky, though, is, it is a Republican state in presidential elections, very much so. Antipathy towards Joe Biden, antipathy towards the National Democratic Party. Does that override the positive feelings voters seem to have toward Beshear?
That was NBC's Steve Kornacki. Republican Governor Tate Reeves is seeking re-election. He's facing challenger Brandon Presley, who's vying to be the state's first Democratic governor in 2 decades. Abortion rights will be on the ballot in Ohio. Voters will decide whether to enshrine the right to abortion access into the state constitution. Meanwhile, control of Virginia's legislature is up for grabs. All 140 seats in Virginia's General Assembly are on the ballot. With a year before the 2024 presidential election, a majority of Americans think the country is heading in the wrong direction. Trey Thomas with more.
These New Yorkers share that sentiment.
Not very positive, that's for sure.
I'm afraid for the country. I'm afraid.
I'm very frightened.
I just can't be bothered by it.
I really wish that there were 2 brand new candidates.
According to a new poll from ABC News Ipsos Polls, 95% of Republicans think the country is on the wrong track, along with 76% of independents and 54% of Democrats. I'm Trey Thomas.
Senate Republicans are unveiling a list of immigration reforms they want attached to any foreign aid package for Ukraine. The proposal from Senators Lindsey Graham, Tom Cotton, and James Lankford includes a construction of the border wall and more pay for Border Patrol agents. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, the Pixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com.
The Biden administration is putting billions of dollars toward upgrading Amtrak's Northeast Corridor. President Biden announced more than $16 billion for the upgrades while speaking from Delaware on Monday.
25 different projects, all to build the Northeast Corridor from Boston to Washington. It's part of my agenda to invest in America, and I've been fighting for this for a long time.
Projects include rebuilding 100-year-old tunnels and bridges, upgrading tracks, and improving travel times. Funds come from the bipartisan infrastructure law's overall $66 billion investment in rail. Biden, as a senator, took Amtrak for decades while commuting to Washington, D.C. Some customers still haven't been paid due to bank deposit delays caused by a human error last week. Lisa Taylor with more.
Banks emphasized to their customers that their funds are secure, according to CNN. A statement from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says the agency is aware of the issue and monitoring how institutions are responding. Payments that didn't go through needed to be resent, which can take extra time. I'm Lisa Taylor.
Starbucks is giving raises to most U.S. hourly workers, but some union workers will miss out. Brad Ford explains.
Currently, Starbucks pays around $17.50 an hour. Union and non-union workers who have been at stores less than 4 years will get 3 or 4% raises. Employees there for over 5 years will get a 5% raise, but not union workers because it's not in their contract. The union will file an unfair labor practice complaint. Union members also won't be able to take part in a barista championship that'll include travel and prize money.
Mariah Carey is helping celebrate the holidays in a new fashion campaign. The pop music icon is featured in the 2023 Victoria's Secret holiday campaign. In one of the ads, the All I Want for Christmas singer is dressed in a red corset top and long red skirt. Michael Kastner, NBC News.
Hey, Joe, did you know Big Deals has got something new?
Where can I save money now, Radio Rick?
We've got the Anderson Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Buy a $50 gift certificate for a Big Deals price of just $35.
Sounds awesome. What do they have?
They offer jewelry, apparel, gifts, and home decor. They do embroidery and monogramming. Come and see their selection of comfortable jeans, heavy canvas bags, lamps, art, scratch-made soap sets, natural soy candles. Find the perfect curtains, blinds, and shutters for your home.
Sounds great. I know where I can get my wife a gift and save money. Please don't tell her.
It's up to me. Joe, you like to eat, don't you?
You bet.
Save money at the Big City Pizza Company in Danville. Another new way to save.
I'd love to have some of their 3-cheese mac and cheese pizza.
Well, get over to hometownlive.net and save on Big City Pizza with a $10 gift certificate for just $7.
I'm on it. Pizza night tonight at the Mathis house.
You, too, can save with more big deals at hometownlive.net. Lots of discounts like Bread of Life, Sweets by Cindy, O'Charlie's, Applebee's, the Old Bus Station, and A&L Accessories.
Well, good morning to you. It is Tuesday, November 7th, 110723 on your calendar today. Cloudy skies as you hit the polls early. Sunshine a little bit later on. You have it till 6 o'clock. Doesn't matter what time you vote as long as you get in there before 6 o'clock tonight. Your vote can be cast, and you can do that at any of Boyle County's 6 what's called super precinct locations. That's First Christian Church, Intercounty Energy, and the Showroom here in Danville, Perryville Baptist Church, Parksville Baptist Church, Junction City Baptist Church are the 6 locations you can vote at today during Election Day. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda here in Danville, where we make it easy to do business with us. I want to let you know that we are now offering free pickup and delivery in our quick lane within 20 miles of Danville. Give us a call at 859-238-1190. We will schedule your vehicle for pickup, perform the service requested, and return it to you.
Come to Stuart Powell. We can do business.
Ford Lincoln Mazda. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's officially Election Day. The big race is, of course, the governor's race between Daniel Cameron and Andy Beshear. However, multiple local races are on the ballot today as well. In Harrodsburg, the mayor's race is between 3 candidates, incumbent and writing candidate Sam Carr, and challengers Bob Williams and Jennifer Casimir. In Danville Schools Precinct, a school board race between Steve Becker and writing candidate Melinda Weathers. And in Garrett County, a vote on whether or not to make the entire county wet. Polls are open tomorrow from 6 until 6. A third arrest by the Boyle County Sheriff's Office of a man who was attempting to contact an underage female. We told you about the other 2 stories that happened weeks ago. This one happened last week where Boyle County deputies arrested 44-year-old Jeffrey Beck of Washington County. They say Beck distributed an obscene video and image of himself to who he believed was an underage juvenile residing in Boyle County. However, what Beck didn't know was that he was talking to an undercover Boyle County deputy during an online operation targeting child exploitation. Beck was arrested and lodged in the Boyle County Jail on multiple charges. Today is the funeral for a longtime sports reporter Marty Warren, who died Wednesday of last week. Warren covered sports for the Advocate Messenger for more than 40 years and was frequently heard on hometown radio sports broadcasts during football, basketball, and baseball games, as well as on sports shows. Visitation for Warren is today from noon until the time of the service at 2 o'clock at Walden Funeral Home in Perryville. A Boyle County middle school teacher is one of 21 teachers across the state selected to participate in the Holocaust Initiative. Pamela Gooch will be a teacher leader in the UK JHF Holocaust Initiative for 2023-24. The initiative features a collaboration with educators from across the Commonwealth to enhance the K-12 Holocaust education. Gooch will work with the group to prepare Holocaust education workshops for teachers in Boyle County and across the state. And Garrett County's annual Angel Tree event will happen this morning. The Casa Angel Tree lighting happens every year around this time in Garrett County, with this morning's special event taking place at 9 o'clock at the First Southern National Bank lobby. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and they're volunteers that advocate for a child's needs in the courtroom. You're encouraged to shop for gifts that fulfill the needs of the Angel Tree children, then return those contributions back to CASA. I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want?
I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever at bartesian.com/radio. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever. It's available right now, only at bartesian.com/radio. That's BARTESIAN.com/radio for Bartesian's best deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/radio.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you for that, Jack. Brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote, 236-6686. For Dexter Reitmeyer Insurance. You get sunshine, high today 74, low tonight of 58. Tomorrow sunshine, high of 78. Thursday mostly cloudy, high of 67. It's 7:11 in the morning on this election day, Tuesday. Polls are open right now, and we're talking with Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix as the Rebels gear up to take on the Commodores of Perry County Central. And this conversation brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
And we welcome onto the show Boyle County Rebel head coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Coach. Appreciate you being on here this morning talking about this Perry County Central Boyle County matchup that we're going to see Friday night, 7:30 kickoff. We'll have that live broadcast on the radio with Steve Bertram on Z105. And, Coach, this Perry County Central Commodore defense that we talk about on Tuesdays, it is a defense that has been gashed quite frequently this year. They've given up 350 points on the season. In fact, they're -3 when you look at the point margin overall. What do you expect to see out of this Perry County Central defense, Coach?
You know, they do have some big guys. They're big on the D line and they're big at linebacker. They do that, so they're physical in that point, and they do a good job. I know speed has affected them, and teams that they've played that had a lot of speed affected them. But you know, that does a lot of people. But they are physical. They will get lined up right. Like I said, they've got a state champion caliber head football coach who runs the defense, and they're not going to be. It's not going to be something that they're going to look like they don't know what they're doing. They're going to be in positions, and we got to make plays.
Well, if speed affects them, Coach, you all are going to seemingly have that advantage when you got guys, track stars, and guys who are flying down the field, and Tavy and Geo Brown and Maury Brown and Avery Bodner. So the speed advantage heavily in your favor, you think?
Yes, I think so. You know, going against them, that we definitely going to have the speed factor. So now they got a couple kids that can run, but you know, I think our team's speed has been a thing. But you know, speed, and if you don't get to the ball, it doesn't matter much. It just means you're soft, really. If people talk about how speed, I said you got to have speed, and you got to be going with a purpose. And when you're out there playing football, so our guys got to play with that.
Coach, it is a team that's forced 18 turnovers this year. 11 of those are fumble recoveries, so they're able to kind of tip the balance of giving up a lot of points with getting the ball back when they need to make plays on defense and forcing turnovers.
Yeah, you know, we gotta get after it. We got to attack them. We got to take care of the ball. These big games and turnovers are huge in games like this.
Coach, what are you working in practice on this Tuesday afternoon after school?
We'll be going over our defensive game plan and what we're going to do against them. Prepare for their offense. They're pretty good on offense. They got a good quarterback and good receivers, and do a good job dispersing the ball. The same guy who's their offensive coordinator is also was with Coach Dixon at Chuck Hugett's his name. He was with Coach Dixon at Hazard when they won the state championship. So they've got really good coaches, and they'll come up and play well.
Coach, today is election day. Before we let you go, so you look at your team with the number of guys that you have on your squad. If one of your players were to become president, which player do you think that would be out of your squad? Who's the best presidential candidate, Coach, right now?
The best presidential candidate.
From the Boyle County Rebel football team.
I don't know. That's tough. That is very tough.
Or
Let's see.
if you need a couple, maybe a president and vice president, who we're going to be voting for in 2040, maybe 17, 18 years from now.
In 2040, well, you could possibly have like a Sage Dawson, maybe, and then you could have a Paul McClure, one of those guys that, you know, kind of be able to do that. I feel like that'd be a good mix.
There you go. I will put the little Hail to the Chief in the background, Coach. You got me voting for him already. A Sage Dawson, Paul McClure ticket. You can't beat it in 2040. It's McClure and Dawson. I like it, Coach. You get the quarterback and the offensive line protecting them.
Yeah.
That's a good ticket right there. Coach, appreciate you being on.
Lance Sloan would be a good one, too. I forgot about Lance. Lance Sloan would be a good one.
There you go. Yeah, Lance would be a good one. He's got you know, that high GPA. He's going to be playing, I think, collegiately, too. He's a smart kid, so he would be a really good one, too.
Yes. He'd be a good one.
We love it. Coach, appreciate you being on. Good luck with practice today. We'll talk to you about this Perry County Central offense tomorrow, okay?
Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
There you go. Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Maybe we've got Sage Dawson, Paul McClure, and Lance Sloan. We got to figure out the ticket now, right? There's a president. There's a vice president. There's the Secretary of State. There's the Speaker of the House. There's a lot of different seats that we could fit these three guys into. Boyle County, Perry County Central. It's Friday, 7:30. Polls are open for you right now. Go vote.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford, where we make it easy to do business with us. Our team is dedicated to providing you with a hassle-free experience from start to finish. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or need to get your current vehicle serviced, we have you covered. Stop by and see how easy we make it at 225 South Danville Bypass here in Danville, or anytime at www.stuartpowellford.com.
Stuart Powell, Ford Lincoln Mazda.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16, Kentucky opened up its basketball season last night with a 40-point win over New Mexico State, 86-46. Rob Dillingham led the Cats with 17 as 5 players scored in double figures. UK out-rebounded the Aggies by 10, even without their 3 7-footers. Kentucky had 17 assists, 13 steals, and just 6 turnovers. They play Texas A&M Commerce Friday night at 7 in Rupp Arena. In other college action last night, Louisville got a huge win, 94-93 over Maryland Baltimore County. It was Western Kentucky 90, Kentucky Wesleyan 64, Murray State 91, Midway 58, Middle Tennessee 74, Northern Kentucky 57, number 24 Alabama 105, Morehead State 73, and Washington 91, Bellarmine 57. Louisville is up to 11th in this week's AP Top 25 college football poll. Georgia remains number 1, followed by Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and Washington. SEC schools ranked besides the Bulldogs are Alabama 8th. That's who Kentucky hosts this week. Ole Miss is 10th, Tennessee 14th, Missouri 16th, and LSU 18th. There are 2 unbeatens from outside the Power 5 conferences. James Madison at 21 and Liberty at 25. Both are 9-0. The college football bowl rankings will come out tonight. Hometown Radio has a pair of high school football games for you this Friday night. In Class 3A, Mercer County hosts Central at 7:30 on WHBN-FM 99.5. In Class 4A, unbeaten Boyle County entertains Perry County Central on Z105. In the NFL last night, the LA Chargers whipped the New York Jets 27-6. Both teams are now 4-4. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Now available at Farmers National Bank, free checking and a free gift. Simply open a new Farmers National Bank personal or business checking account and receive a free gift. Minimum required deposit is only $50. We make the process fast and easy. Call 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our 12 convenient locations. Farmers National Bank, with locations in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Perryville, Stanford, Liberty, and Middleburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Linex of Danville, we offer an undercoating that protects your vehicle against road salt and gravel, which helps prevent rust, prolong the life of your vehicle. Along with the rust inhibitor, gives your vehicle total rust protection. Call for a free quote at 859-209-4033 or stop in and see us at 935 Stanford Road in Danville.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. You know, you can call them 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. All right, cloudy, then becoming sunny. A high of 74. A low tonight, 58. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 78. Thursday, cloudy skies and a high of 67. 7:21 in the morning right now. Phone number to call in is 238-9447, 238-WHIR. 4-man in England just got arrested for stealing a gold toilet, a $6 million gold toilet. The theft happened 4 years ago, but they just got charged in this. A conceptual artist from Italy made it out of an 18-karat gold and named it America. Apparently, it's supposed to be a commentary on unbridled capitalism or something like that. I don't know. Why would that? Who would interpret that of a gold toilet being called America and its unbridled capitalism? Anyway, it was originally on display at the Guggenheim in New York. Is that how you say that? Guggenheim? That can't be right. Guggenheim? Maybe it's Guggenheim, which doesn't make it sound any better. Anyway, you can actually use the toilet. It was like a workable thing. The time limit was 3 minutes, so you couldn't take long in there, but you got to use the restroom, drank too much water or something like that, you could do it. It eventually got moved to a place in England called the Blenheim Palace. It's a World Heritage Site and also where Winston Churchill was born. The golden commode vanished, however, in the middle of the night in September of 2019, and authorities have been searching for it ever since. The Golden John was gone. All 4 men are between the ages of 35 and 39. They're facing charges for burglary and conspiracy to transfer criminal property. Sadly, police still don't know where the toilet is, but chances are it is no longer a toilet, right? They think the guys melted it down long ago to sell the raw gold, because it's a lot easier to sell gold raw than it is in toilet form. That happened recently, just now got charged. 4 men have been charged over the theft of a golden toilet worth over $5 million, which vanished in September of 2019. Well, check out this ad for the golden toilet.
It happens time and time again.
Honey, have you seen our gold toilet?
Where was the last place you saw it?
In the bathroom.
Well, now you can catch gold toilet thieves red-handed with Gotta Go Jack. We use our patented GTPS, a gold toilet positioning system, to find your gold toilet immediately.
Honey, the gold toilet is missing again.
Use the Gotta Go Jack.
Your gold toilet is located on your front porch.
Oh, well, that was easy.
I guess the thieves weren't able to get very far.
Yeah, because it's so heavy, because it's gold.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll go drag it back inside then.
The Gotta Go Jack. Track down your stolen gold toilet today.
There you go. Let's see what's breaking and trending here in the 7 o'clock hour. Here we go. Story number 1 coming from Uvalde, Texas, where the mother of a child killed in last year's mass shooting at Robb Elementary School is on the ballot today for mayor of Uvalde, Texas. Kimberly Mata Rubio's daughter, Lexi, was among the 21 killed when Salvador Ramos went on his rampage. It took officers more than an hour to confront and kill him. Mata Rubio is also the president of Lives Robbed, a group of mothers and grandmothers of the victims who have pushed for changes after that shooting. Disney Plus is kicking off their season streaming programming this week, and it includes what you'd expect, like Home Alone, Frozen, and the Santa Claus franchises. Here's some of the other highlights. A Christmas Carol, the 2009 version. Muppet Christmas, Letters to Santa. Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, and a bunch of different Mickey Christmas movies as well. And there's other movies. I can't go over every single one of them. That's going to be on Disney Plus. Hey, a video of a fight at a college football game has gone viral. That's because the man throwing the punch was part of the marching band. He played tuba for Texas Southern Ocean of Soul Marching Band and was in the stands when a heckler approached him during the weekend game against Jackson State. Words were exchanged, and that's when the musician knocked the fan out cold. He then went back to performing. Texas Southern's investigating the confrontation. You can see the video online. A trial date has been set for 4 of the 5 Memphis police officers charged in the beating death of Tyre Nichols during a traffic stop. Darius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, and Justin Smith were in court yesterday, where a judge said the trial will start August 12th of next year. All 4 of those men have pled not guilty. The 5th officer, Desmond Mills, changed his plea to guilty last week. In doing so, he admitted, quote, "My use of force was excessive on Mr. Nichols, and I did make misleading statements." Mills can now be a cooperating witness for the prosecution. It was recommended he get 15 years in jail. Fans of Stranger Things can get a peek behind the stage adaptation set to hit London's West End later this month. Netflix released a short that gives a behind-the-scenes look previewing the Stranger Things The First Shadow play. The prequel is set in Hawkins, Indiana in 1959 and features younger versions of fan-favorite characters like Jim Hopper and Joyce Maldonado. It also will tell another part of Henry Creel's story before he became the season 4 villain. The First Shadow was co-written by Stranger Things creators Ross and Matt Duffer and will begin previews on November the 17th. We played a little bit of a clip of that new Beatles song last week, and that song has now topped the charts in one day. Now and Then is the name of the song. The legendary Beatles band only needed one day to see their song land at number 1 on Billboard's digital song sales charts. It's also number 1 on the rock digital song sales charts. Both rankings are the Beatles' first number 1 in those specific charts. Now and Then being billed as the last ever new Beatles song. And a hungry bear blamed for ruining a family's dinner in Florida. Longwood, Florida residents Lady Gutierrez and Daniel Bula ordered dinner through Uber Eats from Taco Bell last week. The family's doorbell camera shows the driver dropping off the food before a black bear wanders onto the porch and takes it. The couple's niece says the bear even came back and snatched up the soda. Uber Eats issued the family a refund. You can see that video online as well. That's what's breaking and trending this morning on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville. News, talk, sports at 7:28 in the morning. 2 minutes away from news.
Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville is honored to have served this community since 1972. They're excited to announce they are offering even more $5.99 lunch specials. Choose from Lee's 2-piece breast strip, 2-piece dark chicken, chicken slider, or a barbecue chicken sandwich. All specials come with a side of your choice along with a regular drink and an apple pie or cookie. Wednesday is Customer Appreciation Day. Come on in and ask for the Wednesday special. 3 pieces of famous crispy or strips, 2 sides of your choice, hot homestyle buttermilk biscuit, all $1 off the regular price. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Try one of their family meals. They come in options of 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece selections with your choice of sides. They specialize in catering, so if you need to cater a wedding, office party, funeral, birthday party, or any other special event, call them at 859-236-8777, 236-8777 for a free quote. Let them do all the work for you. They're located at 610 South 4th Street. Drive through or come on in. Lee's Famous Recipe, serving the best chicken in Danville for over 40 years.
Hello, this is Alan Martin, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in downtown Danville. Home values are at an all-time high, which means it's the perfect time to look into a home equity loan. Whitaker Bank can help you turn the equity in your home into a line of credit that could allow you to finally do those repairs you've put off, or to provide peace of mind knowing you have the funds available for an emergency. Call me at 859-236-9822. That's 859-236-9822, and together we'll find just the right loan for you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All right, it's 7:30 in the morning. News coming your way. Kentucky News Network updating us. I'm sure they'll have some Election Day coverage as well here at 7:30. We've got the County Agents Corner coming up at 7:40 with Jessica Besson from Mercer County's Extension Office.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The gubernatorial race is still being considered a dead heat as voters are headed to the polls today. Republican Daniel Cameron, campaigning in his hometown of Elizabethtown, again hammering away at incumbent Governor Andy Beshear's association with President Joe Biden.
And it is crazy to have a governor here in Kentucky who would openly endorse Joe Biden for president. It's crazy to have a governor here who would refuse to protect women's sports from biological males.
Meanwhile, Beshear's bus tour stopping in Louisville, the Democrat touting his successes regarding Kentucky's economy and job creation.
Folks, there is more potential in front of us than at any point in my lifetime. A chance not only to leapfrog 10 other states' economies, it is Kentucky's time to be a top 10 state economy.
Audio courtesy WLKY TV. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, is relieved to finish testifying Monday in the federal civil rights violation trial of Brett Hankison. Walker took the stand and described the events of the raid that led to Taylor's death. Walker had been previously charged with attempted murder of an officer after firing one shot, hitting an officer. Those charges were dismissed, and Walker was awarded a $2 million settlement from the city. A former Fayette County Public Schools teacher has pled guilty to child pornography charges. Kevin Lentz was a teacher at Henry Clay High School. The former teacher stated his inappropriate behavior began in March 2023 with a 9-year-old victim. Lentz faces a minimum of 15 years in prison. A sentencing date has not been released. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Are you sitting on a treasure trove of gold and silver jewelry and coins? It's time to turn those forgotten pieces into cold, hard cash. This is Lauren. Visit B&L Jewelers, your trusted neighborhood jewelry experts. We're here to make your dreams shine brighter. Sell your unwanted gold and silver jewelry, coins with confidence. We offer cash on the spot with competitive prices and a quick, hassle-free process.
I got top dollar for my coins. Thanks to B&L Jewelers, I'm turning my old valuables into something new.
I couldn't believe how easy it was to sell my old jewelry. B&L Jewelers made it simple and rewarding. At B&L Jewelers, we pride ourselves on our integrity and professionalism. We've been serving our community for 16 years, earning trust one customer at a time. Don't wait. Visit B&L Jewelers today at Danville Manor Shopping Center or give us a call at 859-238-0476. Discover the hidden value in your jewelry box. B&L Jewelers, where your treasures find a new home. Transform your gold and silver into cash today.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Chloe's Petals for Hope sponsors a survivor of suicide support group for adults the first Thursday of every month at the Boyle County Library Community Room from 6 to 7 p.m. Follow us on Facebook and look at our website, Chloe's Petals for Hope, for more information.
'Cause it's just around the corner, we'll find hope together. Chloe's Petals for Hope.
For help, call the crisis hotline 988.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. There's 2 area teams left in the playoffs. Boyle County hosts Perry County Central on Z105. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central on 99.5 FM WHBN. Pre-games right after 7 o'clock. Kickoff for both games at 7:30. On Saturday, Kentucky versus Alabama. 10 o'clock pregame, 12 noon kickoff. We'll have it on Z105, your home for the Cats. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's officially Election Day. The big race is, of course, the governor's race between Daniel Cameron and Andy Beshear. However, multiple local races are on the ballot today as well. In Harrodsburg, the mayor's race is between 3 candidates, incumbent and writing candidate Sam Carr, and challengers Bob Williams and Jennifer Casimir. In Danville Schools Precinct, a school board race between Steve Becker and writing candidate Melinda Weathers. And in Garrett County, a vote on whether or not to make the entire county wet. Polls are open tomorrow from 6 until 6. A third arrest by the Boyle County Sheriff's Office of a man who was attempting to contact an underage female. We told you about the other 2 stories that happened weeks ago. This one happened last week, where Boyle County deputies arrested 44-year-old Jeffrey Beck of Washington County. They say Beck distributed an obscene video and image of himself to who he believed was an underage juvenile residing in Boyle County. However, what Beck didn't know was that he was talking to an undercover Boyle County deputy during an online operation targeting child exploitation. Beck was arrested and lodged in the Boyle County Jail on multiple charges. Today is the funeral for longtime sports reporter Marty Warren, who died Wednesday of last week. Warren covered sports for the Advocate Messenger for more than 40 years and was frequently heard on Hometown Radio sports broadcasts during football, basketball, and baseball games, as well as on sports shows. Visitation for Warren is today from noon until the time of the service at 2 o'clock at Walden Funeral Home in Perryville. A Boyle County middle school teacher is one of 21 teachers across the state selected to participate in the Holocaust Initiative. Pamela Gooch will be a teacher leader in the UK JHF Holocaust Initiative for 2023-24. The initiative features a collaboration with educators from across the Commonwealth to enhance the K-12 Holocaust education. Gooch will work with a group to prepare Holocaust education workshops for teachers in Boyle County and across the state. And Garrett County's annual Angel Tree event will happen this morning. The Casa Angel Tree lighting happens every year around this time in Garrett County, with this morning's special event taking place at 9 o'clock at the First Southern National Bank lobby. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and they're volunteers that advocate for a child's needs in the courtroom. You're encouraged to shop for gifts that fulfill the needs of the Angel Tree children, then return those contributions back to CASA. I'm Joe Mathis.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Thank you, Boyle Countyans, for helping keep Boyle County clean. Don't throw your trash out of your car. Keep it inside till you can dispose of it properly by bringing your plastic water bottles, soda bottles, and energy drink bottles to one of the Boyle County convenience centers for recycling. Let's keep Boyle County looking beautiful today and tomorrow. Please cover those loads when going to the convenience centers.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Well, thank you there, Jack. It's brought to you by Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road in Danville. Cloudy, becoming sunny a little bit later on. A high today of 74, low tonight 58. Tomorrow, sunshine, high of 78. Thursday, cloudy and a high of 67. Right now, we are looking at 737, 63 degrees in Danville, and we are talking with Jessica Besson, who's going to give us a lesson. Good morning, Jessica. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Joe. I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Jessica. Appreciate you being on here this morning, giving us the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Jessica Besson.
All right, thanks, Joe. So it was only a matter of time before spotted lanternfly officially arrived and was confirmed in Kentucky. Spotted lanternfly is a very distinctive in appearance insect where the adults are about an inch long with strikingly patterned forewings. The upper portion of these wings have black spots and the tips have lattice work of black rectangles. The back wings are contrasting red, black, and white, and the immature stages are have bright white spots and develop red patches as they age. So they're a very distinctive looking insect. Tree of heaven, another non-native invasive species that we have around here, is the primary host for spotted lanternfly. However, this pest is also known to feed on 70 other plant species, including important hosts such as grapes, hops, maple, black walnut, amongst other hardwood and fruit crops that we have that normally don't have a lot of pest issues. This insect will bother. Spotted lanternfly is a true bug and it's part of the hemipteran family, which means it has piercing, sucking mouth parts in order to feed. As they feed, they excrete honeydew, a sugary fecal matter that accumulates on nearby plants and surfaces that can attract sooty mold issues. Finally, the females will just lay their eggs on natural and unnatural surfaces alike. That's why they tend to spread so easily. While they use trees, the cryptic egg cases that they lay can often be found on cars, on trains, which is how they think they found them in Kentucky so easily where they arrived on a train. Lawn furniture, firewood, stones, and many other substrates. There's pictures of them on furniture, all over the place, on the side of people's houses. This causes issues for quarantine and a headache for those that live in infested areas who try to move goods out of these quarantined areas. As this pest makes its way across the state, we can expect some of these quarantines to come into place to try to slow it down. The UK Entomology Department has asked the public for assistance in the matter of this invasive species by taking pictures of it if you suspect you've found one and sending them along with the county of where it was spotted to report a pest at uky.edu. Hopefully, with the help from our community, we can track this pest and try to slow it down before it spreads any further. That's today's Farm News. Thanks for tuning into our program. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Mercer, Boyle, Garrett, and Lincoln County UK Cooperative Extension Offices.
There you go. Jessica Besson giving us a lesson this morning for the County Agent's Corner. All right, Jessica, before you go, I've got some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Jessica, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Fact number 1, David Bowie had no problems traveling by cabs and subways in New York City. He would just carry a Greek newspaper with him while traveling around to give the impression that he was just a Greek man who looked like David Bowie.
So no one would bother him.
So, yeah, he had it figured out.
Way.
Jessica,
Yeah.
That's what you're going to have to do when you're walking around Harrodsburg and Lancaster. You're going to have to carry a Greek newspaper with you because people like to run up to you and talk to you and get your autograph and stuff. I'm not Jessica Besson, you can say. I'm just a Greek lady here visiting family.
Yes,
Yeah.
Please don't bother me as I
Stop
try
it.
to read this newspaper.
Yes. The $1 bill has lots of things in groups of 13 to represent the 13 original colonies. There are 13 stars on the front and back, 13 levels on the pyramid and the seal, and the eagle on the back is holding 13 arrows and an olive branch with 13 leaves.
I'm going to have to go get a dollar bill out and now look at all these things.
Let me see if I've got one. I think I've got one in my wallet. I do. I'm going to have to check this out here coming up. Now, I don't know. That's a lot of counting. You know what I'm saying? It is. You look at the back.
That's a lot.
Let me look at look. I'm showing the back of the dollar bill here to the live stream, and it's really small. Like the pyramid levels are really small. I don't think I want to waste time counting those. On to the next thing. Number 3, the country of Monaco. Speaking of small, is so small it could fit into Central Park in New York. Twice over, it could fit in Central Park.
I guess I never realized how big Central Park is, though. Right?
Yeah,
I mean that's still small for a country, but you know what I mean.
Is Central Park big or is Monaco small? Which one is it, Jessica?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been, so I don't know.
Number 4, before Mussolini got into politics and became a fascist dictator, he was a teacher. That's what they needed, was Mr. Mussolini indoctrinating the students on what should be.
Yeah.
Number 5, the first album ever on CD was the Bee Gees' Living Eyes in 1981, first ever album that came out on CD. And there you go, Jessica, some random facts for you on this Tuesday morning, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Jessica Besson giving us a lesson this morning on the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Hey, it's 7:44. Sports coming your way, and we see what's going on out west in the world of weird Hollywood. Coming up next on Election Day on The Joe Show.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16, Kentucky opened up its basketball season last night with a 40-point win over New Mexico State, 86-46. Rob Dillingham led the Cats with 17 as 5 players scored in double figures. UK out-rebounded the Aggies by 10, even without their 3 7-footers. Kentucky had 17 assists, 13 steals, and just 6 turnovers. They play Texas A&M Commerce Friday night at 7 in Rupp Arena. In other college action last night, Louisville got a huge win, 94-93 over Maryland-Baltimore County. It was Western Kentucky 90, Kentucky Wesleyan 64, Murray State 91, Midway 58, Middle Tennessee 74, Northern Kentucky 57, number 24 Alabama 105, Morehead State 73, and Washington 91, Bellarmine 57. Louisville is up to 11th in this week's AP Top 25 college football poll. Georgia remains number 1, followed by Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and Washington. SEC schools ranked besides the Bulldogs are Alabama 8th. That's who Kentucky hosts this week. Ole Miss is 10th, Tennessee 14th, Missouri 16th, and LSU 18th. There are 2 unbeatens from outside the Power 5 conferences. James Madison at 21 and Liberty at 25. Both are 9-0. The college football bowl rankings will come out tonight. Hometown Radio has a pair of high school football games for you this Friday night. In Class 3A, Mercer County hosts Central at 7:30 on WHBN-FM 99.5. In Class 4A, unbeaten Boyle County entertains Perry County Central on Z105. In the NFL last night, the LA Chargers whipped the New York Jets 27-6. Both teams are now 4-4. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
The Danville Medicine Shop congratulates all our local athletes. We know that every sport requires a tremendous amount of time and dedication. We are proud to support a community of great athletes, parents, grandparents, and coaches. We wish everyone an injury-free season. But if an accident does occur, know that the friendly staff at the Medicine Shop is here to help you. If you just need a bottle of ibuprofen for those sore muscles after cross-country, a wrist brace for your bowler, or a first aid kit for that cleat to the shin, we will help in every way to get your athlete back in the game. We'll also make sure that you are at the game on time. We offer free customized weekly medication packaging and free delivery in the Danville area. We'd much rather have you cheering at the game than standing in the line at the checkout counter. Medication therapy can be overwhelming. Rely on us to help coach you through it. We'll fill your prescription accurately, answer questions you may have, and we'll even run defense with your insurance company. Your locally owned and operated medicine shop is located at 900 Houstonville Road. We're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to noon on Saturday. We will take care of your health care needs on and off the field.
Here's a commercial that has no other point but to make you hungry. Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac, double cheeseburger, the double cheeseburger, the double quarter pounder with cheese, the double quarter pounder with cheese, chicken McNuggets. I'll take a 20-piece, please. The buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich, the buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich, filet of fish, the filet of fish, hot fresh French fries. Visit McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg. Their drive-thrus are open.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at 315 Dillahay. Call for an appointment, 236-2299. That's 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. Mostly sunny, high today 74, low tonight 58. Tomorrow, sunshine, high of 78, low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high of 67. Right now, it's 7:49 in the morning, 63 degrees, and we got it for you here in Danville on the Joe Show. It is Election Day. You got 6 different super precincts that you can vote at today. Stand in line, or don't stand in line if there's no line. There's no point in standing in line if you can get in and get out. But I've been told, at least as of early this morning, that the lines weren't bad. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not always going to not be bad at every single moment today, right? We hope that there's a little bit of a line because it means that people care and are voting. Secretary of State Michael Adams has predicted a 42% voter turnout for today. And he's usually pretty good with his estimates, as most Secretary of States are. But let's get out and try to prove him wrong, right? Let's see how many we can get here in Boyle County to vote. Any of the 6 locations through 6 o'clock tonight. That's First Christian Church. That is Perryville Baptist Church, Junction City Baptist Church, Parksville Baptist Church, the Showroom in Danville, and the Inter-County Energy Building are the 6 super precinct locations. We'd love to have you part of the show as well. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. Wait a minute, I'm playing the wrong music here. Well, we're going to have to go with it. I've loaded up the wrong stuff. I've got Grub Gab on my mind. So by golly, we're going to do Grub Gab an hour early. Why not? Usually I do it at 8:50. It's 7:50. I'm an hour ahead, and I've already got the food stories loaded up. Here's a hypothetical for you. If a company took all your favorite burger toppings and condiments, blended them up, and released one sauce to save you time, would that be awesome or gross? Heinz is coming out with a new flavor called pickle ketchup, and it is what it sounds like. It's a condiment that combines the tangy and savory flavor of pickles with Heinz ketchup. Someone who has tried it says it's like they bottled up the flavor of McDonald's pickles and ketchup. It isn't super dilly. It isn't super dilly, and it takes the pairing of ketchup and French fries to another level. The best part is this isn't a limited release that you'll have trouble getting or anything. It'll start showing up on shelves nationwide early next year. According to Heinz, 73% of Americans like pickles. If you're one of them, would you give them a shot? I don't like pickles. You all know I have a disdain for pickles. However, it's not really the taste. It's the texture, the weird, lumpy ridges that are on this thing, this slimy surface. So I don't mind the taste of pickles. So I would try it out because it sounds intriguing to me. It's pickled chuck. All right, here we go. Have you ever seen anyone with a cranberry tattoo? Have you ever wondered who might be in the market to get a cranberry tattoo? If your answer to that is no, then you are normal. There are already a lot of articles online about Thanksgiving. This one, however, is the strangest. A new poll asked fans of cranberry sauce if they'd consider getting a cranberry-themed tattoo. Some of them said, heck yes. 21% of people who love homemade cranberry sauce would be willing to do it, along with 15% who prefer canned cranberry sauce. In other words, fans of homemade sauce seem more likely to want a cranberry tattoo. Also, 28% of cranberry fans on OkCupid says it's a red flag if a date doesn't like their preferred cranberry sauce. 38% of single people would rather be asked, are you single 10 times, than to have a Thanksgiving meal without cranberry sauce. I don't mind to have a Thanksgiving meal with it on the table, but I'm not going to eat it. Cranberry sauce tattoos and pickle ketchup. Grub Gab, the world of food, an hour early because I wasn't thinking. Just eat it. All right, former President Donald Trump testified in his fraud trial yesterday. Things got a little testy as well during the Trump testimony. Check this out.
We now return to highlights from Donald Trump's testimony in his civil fraud trial.
Mr. Trump, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Version of it, yes.
Well, we don't want just a version of it. We want...
A dummy says what?
What?
You're a dummy? I couldn't agree more.
Mr. Trump, I am the judge in this courtroom. You will respect me and...
Talk about how ugly you are? Oh, it would be my pleasure.
One more disrespectful comment and I'll...
Cry because you're so ugly? Wow. What a crybaby this guy is.
Stop it!
More of Donald Trump's testimony in his civil fraud trial coming up.
All right. Look, I was going to put this in Grub Gab, the world of food, but we ran out of time. The chicken dance song, there's a reason I'm playing this. It's not just to get this stuck in your head. There is a reason. If you've given up on your NFL team or your fantasy football team, or if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan and your head coach won't hand your best player the football because for some reason he wants to prove how great of a coach he is by not giving your best player the ball during the game, then you're like me. You've given up on both your fantasy team and your favorite NFL team. There's another reason to watch the NFL this Sunday, to see if you can spot a chicken dance. You know, where they flap their arms like wings in the end zone if they score a touchdown. There's a reason why. Shake Shack has just announced a new nationwide promotion where they're going to give America a free chicken sandwich if an NFL player does a touchdown celebration that includes the chicken dance. Now, the offer is only good for next Sunday's games on November 12th. If a player does the dance, you can redeem the chicken sandwich at any Shake Shack location the following week up through November 19th. Now, there is one in, what is the Summit in Lexington. Isn't there a Shake Shack there in the Summit? You'll need to have the Shake Shack app, though, to do this, and you can't just walk out with a free sandwich. You have to spend $10 on other food and beverages. The app will also let you know if the dance happened. You would think that an NFL player will get wind of this and that they'll just do it, just to let America win free chicken sandwiches from Shake Shack. If an NFL player does a chicken dance in Week 10 after they score a touchdown, then yes, America will get a free chicken sandwich from Shake Shack. But again, a couple of stipulations. You have to have the app. You have to spend at least $10 on other food and beverages at Shake Shack to get that free chicken sandwich. 7:56 in the morning. Speaking of food, we don't have to go to Lexington to get ourselves a good sandwich. We can go to Melton's Deli in Danville, right here on East Main, across from the post office, and 995 Ben Alley Drive next to Danville Cinemas 8. Melton's Deli in Danville. Let's look at the menu today. Our sandwich of the day is the number 5. It's the Big Mama Sub. This thing is awesome. Smoked turkey, deli-baked ham, Swiss and American cheese, crisp bacon, red onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise. Served in a 6-inch sub sandwich bun, $7.99 for the Big Mama Sub. Tell them you heard it this morning on the Joe Show, and you can have it on your choice of white wheat, sourdough, rye bread, sub, onion buns, and croissant. However you want it, they'll do it at Melton's Deli, 247 East Main and 995 Ben Alley Drive right here in Danville for the Big Mama Sub. It's 7:57 in the morning. The decisions at breakfast are tough, but Wendy's makes it a little bit easier with their 2 for $3 biggie bundles. And what we mean by this is you pick any 2 of these items, you get it for $3. The small seasoned potatoes they have, their breakfast side, sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, and a medium hot coffee. Any 2 of those, you get them for $3. You can have a sausage biscuit or an egg cheese biscuit. You can have 2 sausage biscuits. You can have 2 seasoned potatoes. You can have a seasoned potatoes and a coffee. You can have a coffee and an egg cheese biscuit. Whatever you want, any combination, 2 of those for $3. The choice is all yours. And you can also add the brand new Frosty Cream Cold Brew to your order. Available in vanilla, caramel, and chocolate. Their new Frosty Cream Cold Brew is a morning maker, puts other post-lunch pick-me-ups down, and makes for a tasty late-night drink. It's available all day at Wendy's, not just a breakfast item. It's an all-day thing. The 2 for $3 biggie bundles and the Frosty Cream Cold Brew at Wendy's in Danville. Tell them you heard it this morning on The Joe Show.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
They call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Woke up on a groovy Tuesday. Everything is Tuesday. Feeling lightheaded and woozy. Tuesday afternoon is never ending. Tuesday's gone with the wind.
All right, we are halfway home. 8 o'clock in the morning is coming. We've got Colleen Hall from the Boyle County Public Library. We have Randy Graham and his Election Day Thoughts with Randyisms here on the Joe Show. That'll be at 8:20 this morning. 8:40, James the Gardener joins us. Dusty at 9:10. And Yeager at 9:35 right here on the Joe Show.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Voters in key parts of the country will head to the polls today. Kentucky's Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is running to win a second term against Republican challenger Daniel Cameron, who currently serves as the state's attorney general and has been endorsed by Donald Trump.
The question here in Kentucky, though, is, it is a Republican state in presidential elections, very much so. Antipathy towards Joe Biden, antipathy towards the National Democratic Party. Does that override the positive feelings voters seem to have toward Beshear?
That was NBC's Steve Kornacki. Republican Governor Tate Reeves is seeking re-election. He's facing challenger Brandon Presley, who's vying to be the state's first Democratic governor in 2 decades. Abortion rights will be on the ballot in Ohio. Voters will decide whether to enshrine the right to abortion access into the state constitution. Meanwhile, control of Virginia's legislature is up for grabs. All 140 seats in Virginia's General Assembly are on the ballot. With a year before the 2024 presidential election, a majority of Americans think the country is heading in the wrong direction. Trey Thomas with more.
These New Yorkers share that sentiment.
Not very positive, that's for sure.
I'm afraid for the country. I'm afraid.
I'm very frightened.
I just can't be bothered by it.
I really wish that there were 2 brand new candidates.
According to a new poll from ABC News Ipsos Polls, 95% of Republicans think the country is on the wrong track, along with 76% of independents and 54% of Democrats. I'm Trey Thomas.
Senate Republicans are unveiling a list of immigration reforms they want attached to any foreign aid package for Ukraine. The proposal from Senators Lindsey Graham, Tom Cotton, and James Lankford includes a construction of the border wall and more pay for Border Patrol agents. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
This is Ernie Johnson Jr. Sports is about overcoming obstacles, and college coaches work hard to help young men overcome Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's called Coach to Cure MD, and you can help. Text the word CURE to 501-501 to donate $25 on your next mobile phone bill, or go online to coachtocuremd.org. Text the word CURE to 501-501. Help coaches cure MD.
Sponsored by the American Football Coaches Association. Texting and data rates may apply.
A Palestinian-led community group in New York City is calling for a day of action against election officials on this election day. More from Scott Pringle.
A memo by the group called Within Our Lifetime is telling supporters to flood Election Day for Gaza. The memo went out to ask supporters to mobilize against election officials who, as the group states, are actively complicit in the genocide of the Palestinian people. This group is asking people to go to the offices of their local council, state, and congressional representatives. The group is planning a rally for 3 o'clock at City Hall.
A 69-year-old Jewish man is dead after an altercation with pro-Palestinian demonstrators during dueling protests in Thousand Oaks, California. Rabbi Moshe Brisky says the man was not trying to hurt anyone.
He just heard that there was demonstrations taking place. He loves Israel. He's proud of being a Jew, and he went just to wave his flag.
The Ventura County Sheriff's Office says the man was a victim of battery on Sunday afternoon. He died in a hospital on Monday of what's being called a severe head injury. The incident is being investigated as a hate crime. The clocks have been reset, but experts say you're likely still not operating on the correct time. Bree Tennis with details.
We fell back 1 hour Sunday and returned to standard time. With that, we gained an hour of sleep, but lost an hour of daylight. And that transition, so says experts at the American Medical Association, takes about 7 days for the body to fully adjust. It's all about directing our internal circadian rhythm with sunlight and darkness. And they say that transition takes about a week.
In the spirit of the holidays, the Empire State Building is marking 20 years since the movie Elf hit the big screen.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Oh, my God!
Festivities celebrating the film starring Will Ferrell kick off today. For tonight only, the building will be lit in green and yellow to commemorate the anniversary. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Good morning to you folks. Tuesday, November the 7th. That is 110723. It is also Election Day here in Boyle County. In Harrisburg and Mercer County, they've got a big race, the mayoral race there in Harrisburg. 3 candidates vying for the Harrisburg mayor spot, and when those votes start rolling in today, we'll have live coverage from the Mercer County Courthouse between Sam Carr, the write-in candidate and incumbent, as well as Bob Williams and Jennifer Casimir tonight. Those 3 running for Harrisburg mayor. Garrett County voting whether or not to make the entire county wet. And Danville, of course, has that school board race between Steve Becker and write-in candidate Melinda Weathers. That is the only local race on the Boyle County, and that's specific to Danville precinct ballots here today. As well, of course, the big governor's race, which everyone in the nation is watching, and we'll see how that one turns out a little bit later on as polls close tonight at 6 o'clock. Forecast is coming your way for Election Day Tuesday. News as well, and Colleen from the library is coming up.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's officially Election Day. The big race is, of course, the governor's race between Daniel Cameron and Andy Bashir. However, multiple local races are on the ballot today as well. In Harrisburg, the mayor's race is between 3 candidates, incumbent and write-in candidate Sam Carr, and challengers Bob Williams and Jennifer Casimir. In Danville Schools Precinct, a school board race between Steve Becker and write-in candidate Melinda Weathers. And in Garrett County, a vote on whether or not to make the entire county wet. Polls are open from 6 until 6. A third arrest by the Boyle County Sheriff's Office of a man who was attempting to contact an underage female. We told you about the other two stories that happened weeks ago. This one happened last week, where Boyle County deputies arrested 44-year-old Jeffrey Beck of Washington County. They say Beck distributed an obscene video and image of himself to who he believed was an underage juvenile residing in Boyle County. However, what Beck didn't know was that he was talking to an undercover Boyle County deputy during an online operation targeting child exploitation. Beck was arrested and lodged in the Boyle County Jail on multiple charges. Today is the funeral for longtime sports reporter Marty Warren, who died Wednesday of last week. Warren covered sports for the Advocate Messenger for more than 40 years and was frequently heard on hometown radio sports broadcasts during football, basketball, and baseball games, as well as on sports shows. Visitation for Warren is today from noon until the time of the service at 2 o'clock at Walden Funeral Home in Perryville. A Boyle County middle school teacher is one of 21 teachers across the state selected to participate in the Holocaust Initiative. Pamela Gooch will be a teacher leader in the UK JHF Holocaust Initiative for 2023-24. The initiative features a collaboration with educators from across the Commonwealth to enhance the K-12 Holocaust education. Gooch will work with the group to prepare Holocaust education workshops for teachers in Boyle County and across the state. And Garrett County's annual Angel Tree event will happen this morning. The Casa Angel Tree lighting happens every year around this time in Garrett County, with this morning's special event taking place at 9 o'clock at the First Southern National Bank lobby. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and they're volunteers that advocate for a child's needs in the courtroom. You're encouraged to shop for gifts that fulfill the needs of the Angel Tree children, then return those contributions back to CASA. I'm Joe Mathis.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Kurtzinger Sunrise Outfitters in Danville salutes America's armed forces and all of our military veterans for their sacrifices they've made. Our troops are our angels of freedom and our wings of protection, fighting to defend our country. We honor our warriors for their dedication and bravery, as well as our veterans and those who have given their lives in the line of duty. They are America's true heroes. This tribute from Kurtzinger Sunrise Outfitters in Danville. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave. God bless America.
Dunn's Holiday Catering, here for your affordable catering need. Call 734-3675 to get your turkey smoked, baked, or fried, and some of our homemade sides like broccoli casserole, macaroni and cheese, dressing balls, gravy, country ham, and more. So don't let your turkey be jerky. Call 734-3675 and let Dunn's do the cooking for you. We're also available for all your holiday and office parties, so call 734-3675. Don't let your holiday be without Dunn's. It's not a holiday until it's done.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thanks there, Jack. Brought to you by Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's. Their steaks are aged 28 days, hand-cut, second to none in tenderness and in flavor. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass. A great steak is truly just the beginning. Cloudy skies, high today of 74, low tonight 58. Sunshine, a high of 78. Thursday, cloudy and 67. And Football Friday for the back-to-back-to-back Boyle County State Rebel football champs. 54 a high, 34 the low for Friday night. Right now it's 8:12. It is time to go to the library and talk with Colleen. Good morning, Colleen. How are you?
Good morning, Joe. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great, Colleen.
Good.
Appreciate you being on.
Hey, who was the big winner from the Candy Challenge?
Reese Peanut Butter Cup.
Yay.
Going away, Colleen. It was an easy win. 6-1 was the final score. And it's back-to-back. We didn't do it in 2021 or 22, but in 2020, Reese won, and in 2023, Reese won. And so they're hanging the banner at the Reese Company.
Clear champion.
I know. They're a blue blood now. They've won back-to-back championships. They are the Boyle County Rebels of Halloween candy.
Awesome.
So that's how it works out. Colleen, what do we got going on at the library this week?
We have a lot going on this week, like usual. Because it's Veterans Day this week, I want to make sure everyone remembers we have the Revolutionary Threads exhibit going on in the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be here until November 28th. And I sent you an email with our video off of Facebook that our PR person did a really great job just letting people know what that's about. I don't know if you can share it or not, but it's on Facebook if people want to see what the exhibit is like. on our page. And then we also have since November 1st and going through till December 1st, we have the Drop Your Drawers campaign going on at the library.
Yeah.
In coordination with all of the elementary schools. So that's in Boyle County and in Danville. So if people would like to help, we're collecting new packages of underwear and socks for the Family Resource Centers at the elementary schools in Danville and in Boyle County. And there's a drop box here at the library in the front in the lobby. And then there are also drop boxes at each of the elementary schools. And our goal is to collect 500 pairs, and we'll distribute them to the different schools.
Great.
And then for programming, this week is Game Week at the library. There's a full list and calendar of all the game events going on at the library on our Facebook page. But some highlights will be tonight is Family Game Night at the library with pizza and games from 6 to 8. And tomorrow on Wednesday, it's Minute to Win It for the kids at 4 p.m. And then on Friday, we're having after-hours D&D minis and a movie. So the figurines aren't all necessarily from Dungeons & Dragons. It can be you can paint one for anything, but you come in and you'll paint a mini figurine while watching a movie with other teams. And then I just want to also remind people our regular story times. We have baby story time at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays. And then we have 3 preschool story times, Wednesday at 10:30 and 12:30, and Friday at 10:30. So those are the big highlights for this week.
There you go. I'm seeing on Thursday at 4 o'clock, there's the Smash Clash.
Yeah, that's for the teens.
Okay. Is that a Super Smash Brothers tournament or something?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. That's what I thought it was. I love Super Smash Brothers, but I don't qualify. I've aged out of the teen bracket.
Well, maybe we can get one going for you later.
There you go. Well, I used to love it on Nintendo 64. That was the first Super Smash Brothers that came out, was Super Smash Brothers 64. And so I'm not sure how good I would be on, like, the Nintendo Switch now. The newer ones. But yeah, Super Smash Brothers, a classic game. I'm glad to see kids and teenagers still playing Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's still really popular.
Yeah, we used to have tournaments in college, and there are some people that are really good at it, like super good.
Yeah, I have witnessed, I'm not a player, but I have witnessed those competitions, and they're pretty intense.
They are, yeah. So pretty cool. So it is, again, Boyle County Public Library Game Week this week, beginning today and going really through Saturday, and then there's adult D&D on Sunday afternoon at noon. So there you go.
And there's Teen D&D on Saturday.
So a lot to do. Boyle County Public Library on Facebook. Check it out. They've got the schedule of everything going on. BoylePubLib.org is the website. Colleen, what's the phone number?
859-238-7323 or 238-READ.
There you go. Colleen, thanks for being on. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday, okay?
Sounds wonderful. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Colleen Hall with the Boyle County Public Library. It's 8:16 in the morning. We've got sports coming up right now here on The Joe Show, and Randy Graham with Randyisms is coming up next.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16, Kentucky opened up its basketball season last night with a 40-point win over New Mexico State, 86-46. Rob Dillingham led the Cats with 17 as 5 players scored in double figures. UK out-rebounded the Aggies by 10, even without their 3 7-footers. Kentucky had 17 assists, 13 steals, and just 6 turnovers. They play Texas A&M Commerce Friday night at 7 in Rupp Arena. In other college action last night, Louisville got a huge win, 94-93 over Maryland Baltimore County. It was Western Kentucky 90, Kentucky Wesleyan 64, Murray State 91, Midway 58, Middle Tennessee 74, Northern Kentucky 57, number 24 Alabama 105, Morehead State 73, and Washington 91, Bellarmine 57. Louisville is up to 11th in this week's AP Top 25 College Football poll. Georgia remains number 1, followed by Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and Washington. SEC schools ranked besides the Bulldogs are Alabama 8th. That's who Kentucky hosts this week. Ole Miss is 10th, Tennessee 14th, Missouri 16th, and LSU 18th. There are 2 unbeatens from outside the Power 5 conferences. James Madison at 21 and Liberty at 25. Both are 9-0. The college football bowl rankings will come out tonight. Hometown Radio has a pair of high school football games for you this Friday night. In Class 3A, Mercer County hosts Central at 7:30 on WHBN FM 99.5. In Class 4A, unbeaten Boyle County entertains Perry County Central on Z105. In the NFL last night, the LA Chargers whipped the New York Jets 27-6. Both teams are now 4-4. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hey, Joe, did you know Big Deals has got something new?
Where can I save money now, Radio Rick?
We've got the Anderson Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Buy a $50 gift certificate for a Big Deals price of just $35.
Sounds awesome. What do they have?
They offer jewelry, apparel, gifts, and home decor. They do embroidery and monogramming. Come and see their selection of comfortable jeans, heavy canvas bags, lamps, art, scratch-made soap scents, natural soy candles. Find the perfect curtains, blinds, and shutters for your home.
Sounds great. I know where I can get my wife a gift and save money. Please don't tell her.
Joe, you like to eat, don't you?
You bet.
Save money at the Big City Pizza Company in Danville. Another new way to save.
I'd love to have some of their 3-cheese mac and cheese pizza.
Well, get over to hometownlive.net and save on Big City Pizza with a $10 gift certificate for just $7.
I'm on it. Pizza night tonight at the Mathis house.
You, too, can save with more big deals at hometownlive.net. Lots of discounts like Bread of Life, Sweets by Cindy, O'Charlie's, Applebee's, the Old Bus Station, and A&L Accessories.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our good friends. They're hanging out over at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. That's ADA Heating and Air. Cloudy, becoming sunny. 74 is your high. Low tonight, 58. Sunshine tomorrow, 80 is your high. Thursday, mostly cloudy. 70 is the high. Football Friday, cooler, 54, 34 are the high and low. Right now, it's 8:21 in the morning, Election Day, and Randy Graham is in studio this morning with the thoughts of Randy Graham. These are Randy Graham's thoughts.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at Election Day, Joe, the day we Americans make that long-honored tradition of going to the polls to choose our elected representatives. Did you know voting used to be a time-honored festive tradition, which even led to picnics? All done in one day because almost everyone eagerly looked forward to the event. But back then, most everybody followed the direction of our founding fathers, understanding that in order for our republic to stand, it would require an informed populace. So most were informed about the candidates and took it as their civic duty to vote. Thus, it only required one day because if someone was not going to be able to vote, they took the foresight and responsibility to pick up an absentee ballot at the courthouse. Now we have forever voting and mail-in voting ripe for fraud, as exhibited during the last presidential election, almost making our voting a farce in some states. Yeah, just another way of looking at things, Joe. Yeah, the truth from a historical perspective. And while we share here, we're kind of like an eye doc. Yeah, Dr. M.Y. Self, hopefully providing a new pair of glasses that can help change our vision where we can see more clearly and be ahead of the game. Because we understand that if the study of math and sciences will give America a technological edge in the future, it'll be the study of history that'll keep that future free. So after this segment, Joe, I'll be doing my civic duty and voting. Not that I think everyone should vote contrary to public opinion. Yes, it's everyone's responsibility, but not everyone should if they're not informed. I'll give you an example. My little sister in the 1980s participated in the Miss America pageant as Miss Maryland. 24 years later, her daughter was in the Miss America pageant representing the state of Kentucky. And one of the judges, the track star Jackie Joyner Kersey, asked her a question about the importance of everyone voting. And my niece properly shared that she didn't think it's best for everyone to vote if they're uninformed. And the judge seemed surprised by her answer, just like some listening might. But my niece was 100% right on target. We shouldn't vote just so we can get pinned with a label that reads, I voted. I mean, that's utterly ridiculous and irresponsible. Because if uninformed, you may vote for the wrong dude or dudette. But it is our responsibility as Americans to be an informed populace, so that when we do vote, we know we're voting our conscience and for someone that most closely represents our beliefs or desires as to how the country, state, or local community should be run. It's a civic responsibility. Unfortunately, civics, or the way government works, is not being taught in our public schools as it used to be, and can help explain why scoundrels and unenlightened can be chosen in positions of leadership. But that's why we're here, Joe. Yeah, providing a new pair of glasses where we can hopefully see more clearly and be ahead of the game. Now, Joe, as you know, after dear old Dad was my high school basketball coach at good old Boyle County High School Rebels, R-E-B-E-L-S, Rebels, he went back to his hometown of Frankfort, working for the Department of Education before retiring, and after retirement entered politics and became the state representative for the Frankfort area, where he served for 8 years before running for Secretary of State and getting beat by 3 percentage points in the Democrat primary. But he could have stayed as state representative if he wanted, having won the last race by 80% of the vote, but felt best not to put your hand to the plow and look back, and holding on to that state representative position as a security blanket in case he didn't win. And later he became mayor of Frankfort, serving until he was 83 and arguably would have won re-election if he'd chosen to run again, but wanted to spend more time with his grandchildren. And I bring that up not only because it's election day, but because yesterday, driving to Frankfort, for the second time, I happened to get behind a state legislator going the same direction. And how I knew it was a legislature is because senators and representatives get issued special license plates that have an H for House member or an S for Senate, with a number and their title. But when I get behind those dudes or dudettes, I always enjoy observing their driving habits since they choose to publicize their position. Now, dear old Dad never used his special license plates. He actually gave my siblings and I one as a souvenir. But I asked Dad once why he never used it, and he shared, well, because he felt like it publicized an entitlement mentality and just went against his outlook on life, just like mine. It makes sense, seeing he was raised in what has been defined as the greatest generation. Yeah, there's all types of titles, just like there's all types of leadership people get hung up on. But when this car/truck zoomed past me, I just thought it another opportunity to follow. And I'll tell you what, Joe, I didn't know those dudes in Frankfort had changed the speed limit. Because as we passed in and out of traffic, everyone else, just like myself, obviously did not get the memo regarding the speed change. But figured if it was a ruse and pulled over, he or she would have to be pulled over as well. And also learned those legislators must have changed the law regarding use of an indicator, although I used mine, because I never saw that legislator use that indicator until the automobile turned off to his or her legislative destination. Now, Joe, I'm not telling what kind of truck or license tag. I don't know where they're from, although I could find out. But I have a feeling that the reason for that speed and lack of indicator is the same reason Dad chose not to use his license, the sense of entitlement. Rules for thee and not for me. The difference between the enlightened leader and the ones who have just assumed a role of leadership. Which brings me back to Election Day, Joe, and specifically the gubernatorial election, because this is something we should all feel a civic duty to learn about candidates, even those who use their license plates as badges to avoid following the rules. Now, Joe, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I'm an independent. I mean, when you think of me, just think of George Washington, the father of our country. We both view political parties as frightful despotisms. However, I will be voting a straight Republican ticket today. And some might ask, well, why? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because it's very simple and rooted in common sense. Because the foundation of national parties are built at the local level. And a vote for a Democrat locally or statewide is a vote for Joe Biden nationally. And others like the anti-Semites, or Odd Squad, meaning Representatives Rashidi Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and Alexandria occasionally Cohesive Cortez. You know, Americans have a short memory, unlike the citizens of Israel, who remember well their history of the Holocaust. And that's okay because it's a benefit of living in a free, protective society, at least free for now. But our greatest strength will always be our greatest weakness. And that's why we don't always need to be told in life, but it's good to be reminded, since repetition is the mother of learning and father of knowledge, that we here in Kentucky, just like the Jewish people, should never forget what we witnessed in this state during the pandemic, when the man-child, Andy Bashir, had the arrogance and audacity to choose whether your profession was essential or not, who violated our First Amendment rights of assembly and church, and having the audacity to order state police to take down license plate numbers, then created a tattletale hotline encouraging fellow Kentuckians to call in and report on their own citizens who they felt were violating His Royal Highness edicts, just like done in totalitarian systems. As often shared, emergency powers is neither good nor bad. It's just like money. It merely exposes individuals. If the individual is good, their good actions are magnified. And if bad, their bad actions are more easily noticed and they are exposed. And the man-child, Andy Bashir, has exposed himself for the tyrant he is. And Andy also feels the state owns your child, and you parents and grandparents are only guardians. And as such, he can decide whether your daughter or granddaughter has to share the restroom with a dude that now pretends to be a dudette in public schools, exampled by his veto of Senate Bill 150, which also gave parents the right for their child to opt out of LGBTQ sex education classes. Now, what would make a governor want daughters to go to the same bathroom as boys and not allow parents to opt their child out of LGBTQ sex ed classes? And why would someone want to vote for such an individual who thinks that way? I mean, why support such examples of leadership and tyranny? You know, after the Holocaust, the people of Israel came to a conclusion in what became a motto for their country: never again. Never again will we stand idly by and allow our people to be marched off to the gas chambers of Auschwitz. A good reminder, and why Kentuckians must never forget the examples Bashir has provided. And that's why Daniel Cameron, who will save you about 6% in state income tax by eliminating it, and for now his fellow Republicans, are the best choice to lead Kentucky.
That's Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's Thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays, right here on WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports. Our bottom hour news is just underway.
Here tonight, more optimistic, more enthusiastic, more energetic about our future than at any time in my lifetime.
Republican challenger Daniel Cameron also stopped in Lexington Monday, blasting on the association between Bashir and President Biden, as well as his veto of a bill protecting women's sports from biological males.
And I encourage people that are watching, that are listening, to get to the polls to demonstrate a resounding voice for common sense values.
Audio courtesy WKYT TV. Jefferson County Public Schools facing a backlash after about 100 bus routes were canceled Monday as 140 drivers called in sick. Some parents received emails on Sunday night, but some didn't and were upset about no notice. JCPS spokesperson Carolyn Callahan tells WLKY-TV notifying all the parents wasn't possible.
There was absolutely no way to do that because when you don't know which bus driver is calling out, you don't know which route to cancel.
Teamsters Local 783 President John Stovall says the drivers are fed up with overcrowded buses, long hours, and bad behavior by students. Stovall emphasizing student discipline is the main issue. College basketball last night, both the University of Louisville and University of Kentucky won their respective games. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
You have a loved one needing to find help, hope, and healing today. The first step to a happier, healthier life is to call the Isaiah House Real Hope for Addiction. Isaiah House provides care for men and women, locations throughout Kentucky, resetting one's life through healing, opportunity, education, and employment support for lifelong success. When you feel once to the point of rock bottom and needs help, hope, and healing, call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's officially Election Day. The big race is, of course, the governor's race between Daniel Cameron and Andy Beshear. However, multiple local races are on the ballot today as well. In Harrodsburg, the mayor's race is between three candidates, incumbent and writing candidate Sam Carr, and challengers Bob Williams and Jennifer Casimir. In Danville Schools Precinct, a school board race between Steve Becker and writing candidate Melinda Weathers. And in Garrett County, a vote on whether or not to make the entire county wet. Polls are open from 6 until 6. A third arrest by the Boyle County Sheriff's Office of a man who was attempting to contact an underage female. We told you about the other two stories that happened weeks ago. This one happened last week, where Boyle County deputies arrested 44-year-old Jeffrey Beck of Washington County. They say Beck distributed an obscene video and image of himself to who he believed was an underage juvenile residing in Boyle County. However, what Beck didn't know was that he was talking to an undercover Boyle County deputy during an online operation targeting child exploitation. Beck was arrested and lodged in the Boyle County Jail on multiple charges. Today is the funeral for longtime sports reporter Marty Warren, who died Wednesday of last week. Warren covered sports for the Advocate Messenger for more than 40 years and was frequently heard on Hometown Radio sports broadcasts during football, basketball, and baseball games, as well as on sports shows. Visitation for Warren is today from noon until the time of the service at 2 o'clock at Walden Funeral Home in Perryville. A Boyle County middle school teacher is one of 21 teachers across the state selected to participate in the Holocaust Initiative. Pamela Gooch will be a teacher leader in the UK JHF Holocaust Initiative for 2023-24. The initiative features a collaboration with educators from across the Commonwealth to enhance the K-12 Holocaust education. Gooch will work with the group to prepare Holocaust education workshops for teachers in Boyle County and across the state. And Garrett County's annual Angel Tree event will happen this morning. The Casa Angel Tree lighting happens every year around this time in Garrett County, with this morning's special event taking place at 9 o'clock at the First Southern National Bank lobby. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and they're volunteers that advocate for a child's needs in the courtroom. You're encouraged to shop for gifts that fulfill the needs of the Angel Tree children, then return those contributions back to CASA. I'm Joe Mathis.
Oh, it is so true. A nasty car don't run good. You want to make sure you get your car running great by looking great. Go to Thoroughbred Car Wash off Perryville Road, Danville. Your car will love you for it. Nothing better than a clean car from Thoroughbred Car Wash, Danville.
At the car wash. Working at the car wash, yeah.
That's Thoroughbred Car Wash in the Big Lot Shopping Center.
This is Casey McCoy, your Bull County Clerk. Just wanted to remind everyone that Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th. Any registered voter of Bull County can vote at any of our 6 locations: Perryville Baptist Church, Parksville Baptist Church, Junction City Baptist Church, First Christian Church, Intercounty Energy, and our newest location, the showroom on the Danville Bypass. Early voting will begin November 2nd through November 4th at our newest location, the showroom, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you have any questions, please contact the clerk's office. Let's get out and vote.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right then, Jackie Boy, brought to you by ADA Heated and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. They provide 24-hour emergency service and residential commercial customers. Call them 859-519-6382. Cloudy, becoming sunny later on Election Day. 74, 58 is the high and low. Tomorrow, sunshine, 78. And believe me, regardless of who wins that governor's race tonight, the sun will come up tomorrow, and we'll be in studio, and we'll be living life and loving life. Lord willing, I'll be in studio tomorrow morning unless he has other plans for my life in the next 16 hours or so. But just keep that in mind. Regardless of whether it's Bashir or Daniel Cameron, it's going to be a sunny day and 80 degrees tomorrow. Right now, it's 8:38. It's 64 degrees, Tuesday, November the 7th, Election Day. And we see what's going on with Wedding Planning with Pim this morning on The Joe Show. What's up, Pimmy?
Hi, I'm Pim the Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Every bride is beautiful and radiant. The moon and stars weep with envy. But just in case you want some reassurance, I have some tips to guarantee your wedding day radiance. The best way to beauty and good health is with preventative measures. We've all heard them before, but they bear repeating because in the busy months ahead, you'll be tempted to let some good habits slide. Eat well. Stick to complex carbs and protein to give you lasting energy. Eat smaller meals more often. Don't overdo caffeine, and don't rely on sugar to boost your energy. Drink plenty of water and exercise daily. Get regular sleep, and don't indulge in alcohol. Makeup is a wonderful thing. It can enhance while covering a multitude of evils, but don't overdo it. Check the lighting at your venues and keep it in mind as you plan your makeup. There's a difference between daylight, indoor lighting, and fluorescent lighting, so experiment with different foundations, lipsticks, eyeshadow, and blush. Do a dry run of your hair and makeup. Don't try new hair colors, skin treatments, or crash diets before your wedding. Use blotting papers. Let your moisturizer set for at least 20 minutes before applying foundation, and try using eyeshadow primer base before applying shadow. And don't forget waterproof mascara. My love note, no makeup can put the kind of glow on a woman's face like the man she loves.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizin, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults. Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Need a change of scenery? Check out Kentucky State Parks. With 45 parks to choose from, there are limitless options. Each park has its own unique features, landscape and resorts, restaurants, campgrounds, and some of the best golf courses around. Pick one that fits your lifestyle and your family. Explore Kentucky parks. Enjoy fun outdoor adventure without the long lines of many destinations. Book now at parks.ky.gov.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
It's 8:42 in the morning, Tuesday, November the 7th, here in Danville and Boyle County. And I'd never thought of this. This has never crossed my mind before, but when you hear it, it kind of makes sense. Disney theme parks have long rides to ride on the roller coasters and ride. I mean, long lines, to ride on the rides and roller coasters, right? Like you have to wait hours to ride on one ride. And the Pulitzer Prize-winning news site, SF Gate, just did a big article on a long-standing rumor that some Disney guests are so desperate to keep their spot in line that they'll resort to relieving themselves right there on the ground. And according to the write-up, this is not a rumor, it's true. And it happens at Disneyland and Disney World more often than you think. Someone on Reddit recently said they saw a parent let their kid poop while standing in line for the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride. An employee backed them up in the comments and said that they were actually 3 poop-related incidents that day, just in that one line alone. This is not just kids doing this, though, and it doesn't just happen outside. Another worker at Disney World said there's a specific hallway employees called the poop hall because it happens so much. It's in the line for the ride Avatar Flight of the Passage. 2 former Disneyland janitors also talked about this in a book called Cleaning the Kingdom. There's a whole chapter called Disgusting Things. They said it's so common, there's a secret code for it now. Code H. Used to mean a horse relieved itself on Main Street back in the day. Now H stands for human. Code H. So what should you do if you're halfway through a 4-hour line and need to use the bathroom? Number 1, never waste 4 hours waiting on a ride. What are you doing with yourself? 4 hours, really? To ride one ride? Anyway, if you have to and you find yourself in that situation, just flag down an employee and tell them they'd much rather let you back in line than have to clean up yesterday's lunch. This is a true story. Apparently, people who wait on Disney lines for rides are so into the fact that they don't want to lose their spot that they'll just use the restroom basically right there in public. Or if you want to, you can get the Disney diaper.
It happens time and time again. You're in line at Disneyland and...
I've really got to go to the bathroom.
Well, now there's help with the Disney diaper. Yes, no more losing your spot in line to use the restroom with the Disney diaper.
Oh, honey, I really got to go.
Me too.
Well, hiya! You should put on the Disney diaper.
A diaper?
No, I'm just going to go in the corner here.
Well, gosh, I'm begging you to put on the Disney diaper. They make us clean it up, you see.
Yeah, we really don't want to have to clean up any more messes.
Yeah, we'll just pull our pants down and...
Put on the diaper!
Yes, sir.
It's the Disney diaper.
What's that, Donald? Somebody did what?
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Which one of you didn't use the diaper?
Available now.
There you go, the Disney diaper. That's what goes on out west in the world of weird. In Disneyland. And also in Disney World. It's the showbiz segment. Let's see what's going on in the celebrity news. I know if you're listening to the show right now, you're thinking, why is he doing celebrity news and not food news? Well, if you didn't hear in the 7 o'clock hour, I just got them mixed up. I did food news at 7:50. Why? I don't know, because I wasn't thinking. So here's the celebrity news. That's what we get today. Number 1, here's a little advice from Arnold Schwarzenegger on how to start your day. When you wake up in the morning, the most important thing to do is to not think. Before you engage your brain, you should engage your body in some physical activity. Quote, don't think when you get up because stupid stuff comes into your mind and negative stuff. Just roll out of bed, get on your bike, and start riding the bike and work out and do something physical. And then afterward, you'll feel much better about yourself and about the world. The way you look at the world and everything like that. Makes sense. Number 2, okay, Friends fans, here's a question for you. Would you have been able to handle it if Chandler cheated on Monica? We're not talking about an on-a-break situation here, but straight up cheated on her. Because it almost happened in Friends. An actress named Lisa Cash was hired to play the woman Chandler cheats with after having a fight with Monica. They rehearsed the scene and everything, but Matthew Perry wasn't feeling it. Lisa says, quote, I was told that he went to the writers and said the audience will never forgive him for cheating on Monica. Which he was probably right. That would have changed possibly the course of the show and of his character. Chandler cheating on Monica. And a true legend of the martial arts has left us to open up a dojo in heaven, I guess. His name was Pat E. Johnson, and he taught Ralph Macchio the crane kick in the original Karate Kid. He died at 84 of natural causes. Pat would later admit that the movie was, quote, not something that's really legitimate or realistic. Johnson actually was kind of a legend himself. He was a longtime stuntman and fight coordinator, going all the way back to the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon in 1973 movie. He also played the referee in the Karate Kid movies, meaning he played a very pivotal role in the original. Remember, it was the infamous no call that allowed Daniel-san to win the All-Valley Karate Tournament with an illegal kick to the head. Johnson was a 9th-degree black belt and a close friend of Chuck Norris. He even taught at his schools. The man who taught Ralph Macchio the crane kick is dead. Chandler was supposed to cheat on Monica, but Matthew Perry was not having that. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice, just don't think when you wake up. Grub Gab should be here. It's not. It's the showbiz segment, the world of weird and celebrities.
Hello, this is Rosie the Skunk for Atmos Energy. You might think I make a bad smell. I mean, of course you do. Why wouldn't you? After all, I'm a skunk. But my stinky fragrance is nothing compared to the rotten egg smell of a gas leak, because that could be dangerous. So if you think you smell a leak or encounter other signs such as hearing a hissing or blowing sound or seeing a vapor cloud, blowing dirt or bubbling water, do not smoke, talk on the phone, turn on or off equipment or vehicles, or do anything that could cause a spark. Leave the area immediately. Then call 911 and Atmos Energy. Atmos Energy will send a trained technician to investigate the situation. Take it from a skunk. Gas leaks just plain stink. Seriously, there's no gray area here. When dealing with gas leaks, it's black and white. Yep, that's a little skunk humor there. For more information, visit atmosenergy.com/gas safety.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16, Kentucky opened up its basketball season last night with a 40-point win over New Mexico State, 86-46. Rob Dillingham led the Cats with 17 as 5 players scored in double figures. UK out-rebounded the Aggies by 10, even without their 3 7-footers. Kentucky had 17 assists, 13 steals, and just 6 turnovers. They play Texas A&M Commerce Friday night at 7 in Rupp Arena. In other college action last night, Louisville got a huge win, 94-93 over Maryland-Baltimore County. It was Western Kentucky 90, Kentucky Wesleyan 64, Murray State 91, Midway 58, Middle Tennessee 74, Northern Kentucky 57, Number 24, Alabama, 105. Morehead State, 73. And Washington, 91. Bellarmine, 57. Louisville is up to 11th in this week's AP Top 25 college football poll. Georgia remains number 1, followed by Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and Washington. SEC schools ranked besides the Bulldogs are Alabama 8th. That's who Kentucky hosts this week. Ole Miss is 10th, Tennessee 14th, Missouri 16th, and LSU 18th. There are 2 unbeatens from outside the Power 5 conferences. James Madison at 21 and Liberty at 25. Both are 9-0. The college football bowl rankings will come out tonight. Hometown Radio has a pair of high school football games for you this Friday night. In Class 3A, Mercer County hosts Central at 7:30 on WHBN FM 99.5. In Class 4A, unbeaten Boyle County entertains Perry County Central on Z105. In the NFL last night, the LA Chargers whipped the New York Jets 27-6. Both teams are now 4-4. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hi, this is Ruth at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check us out. We offer 12 months same as cash with approved credit. And now is a good time to lay away for Christmas. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor.
Mattresses and More, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 to 5. Again, beside Ace Hardware, Houstonville Road, Danville. Girls,
come see our Nana for the best deal in town. You'll be glad you did.
This Saturday, the Cats are looking to part the Red Sea and cross over to the football promised land. Alabama Crimson Tide and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown!
The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
Sold on your home for the Cats and the hits. WRNZ FM Z105. Go Cats!
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
our friends at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Delahaye. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299. Danville Auto Body Shop. We'll see sunshine, starting to see it poke out here on Election Day. High of 74, low of 58. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 80. Regardless of who wins tonight's governor's race, the sun will come out tomorrow because the forecast has predicted it. A high of 80. And on Thursday, mostly cloudy, high of 67. Right now, it's 8:53 in the morning. I picked a bad day to wear long sleeves, James. It's going to be like 75 today.
Roll them up.
Yeah, I got to roll them sleeves up. James is in here, and you got his sleeves rolled up, too. James was prepared for the cooler weather earlier today and the warmer weather later on this afternoon. And we'll get a little gardening tip with Jimmy James, the gardener.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty. Growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
All right, then, James the gardener.
Hey, Joe.
What's going on with James the gardener?
Oh, it's a nice day out there.
Yes.
You know, like I said, I walked out to check the weather without a jacket and everything, and I said, well, not too bad.
Yeah.
I said, but I guess it was 63. I said, that kind of feels like a cool 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, that's right. I'll put long sleeves on and I'll just roll it up as necessary.
There you go.
Help me
out. So James will do some sleeve rolling today.
Yes, sir.
James, what do we got going on in the garden on this warm fall afternoon?
All right. Talk a little bit about the Dirty Dozen.
Okay.
And that's a Dirty Dozen of produce. And the Dirty Dozen usually has the most pesticides on it. And that's one of the reasons why you're supposed to wash your produce when you buy them from stores, because there are certain varieties that will have some type of pesticide on it. And
that's why I eat cheeseburgers instead of vegetables, because I'm trying to avoid the pesticides. So I'll just go straight cheeseburger, French fries.
Right.
Pesticides cooked out of it, the French fries, the potatoes when they put them in the boiling oil. So I think I'm good to go. No pesticides. I think I'm living a healthy life. But if you choose to live an unhealthy life and eat vegetables, James can help you out. James, what do you got for us?
I've got number one is strawberries.
Yeah, well, I like strawberries.
Spinach.
Pass.
Kale and collard and mustard greens.
Pass.
Nectarines, apples, grapes, cherries, peaches, pears.
Now you're going to this is my alley right here.
Yeah, bell and hot peppers, celery, and tomatoes.
Celery with peanut butter, but I don't want the pesticide, so I guess I'll just have to take spoonfuls of peanut butter now at this point.
But you could also just get you some vegetable wash and just clean them. And it cuts down on how much pesticide is in there.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort for a guy like me. Rebecca may want to do that for me.
Right.
If she wants me to eat vegetables.
Just somebody else got to do it.
Yeah, we do have fruit and vegetable wash, though, at home. I know we do. Because I've used it.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever we had some friends over, we had breakfast, and Rebecca said, Joe, wash the fruit. And I said, how do I do that? You know, I mean, water, obviously, but she's like, you got to take this much vegetable wash, mix it with this much water, right? The units have to be right. I said, well, this is getting too difficult now. Why can't I just use water? No, you got to use vegetable wash. So I know we have some.
Yeah, okay. Well, the clean 15 is avocados, sweet corn, pineapples, onions, papaya, sweet peas, honeydew melon, kiwi, and throw some cabbage in there. Mushrooms, mangoes, sweet potatoes, watermelon, and carrots.
There you go.
But I would still wash them.
Yeah.
No matter which one it is. I mean, because, like I said, because, you know, some of it could get contaminated from the soil that it's around if it got dropped or whatever the case is. So on the safe side, it's always nice to wash no matter which one it is.
Gardening with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wash them, even if it's not on the Dirty Dozen.
That's right.
Got to make sure you wash them.
That's right.
Make things safe. All right, James. Before we let you go, let's see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Okay?
Let's do that.
Let's do it. On this date, November the 7th, back in 1937, Mary Travers was born. You know Mary Travers?
No.
All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go.
She was from the folk group Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah.
She was Paul in that group.
Oh, no.
Her name's Mary, so just process of elimination. I'm going to assume she was Mary in Peter, Paul, and Mary.
I would think so.
Had the 1969 #1 single, Leaving on a Jet Plane. The Bob Dylan song, Blowin' in the Wind, was one of their biggest hit singles as well. They also sang other Dylan songs, The Times They Are a-Changin', Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. She died in September of 2009 at the age of 72. Mary Travers would have had a birthday. 95 is what she would have been.
Wow. I like that song.
85, sorry, 85, not 95. It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1943, Roberta Anderson was born. Roberta Anderson, we didn't know her as Roberta Anderson. We knew her as this person. Joni Mitchell, Canadian singer-songwriter. This is Big Yellow Taxi. Went by Joni Mitchell, birthday Roberta Anderson. Mitchell's work is highly respected by critics, and she has deeply influenced fellow musicians in a diverse range of genres. Joni Mitchell, born on this day, 1943. 80 years old today for Joni Mitchell, still going strong. And it was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1975. We got to go because we only got 40 seconds. This song was at #1. I'm sorry, the album was at #1. This song would later go #1 on the singles charts. This is Elton John's song, Island Girl. The album was Rock of the Westies, which went #1 on this date, 1975. And that's what's going on this day, November 7th, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. 9 o'clock in the morning's coming. Dusty will join us right after this here on The Joe Show.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. With a conflict in the Middle East showing no signs of letting up, thousands gathered in New York last night for what was dubbed United for Israel.
I think people have a right to express how they feel. I'm not worried that it will create any hardship. Remember their memories. They don't go away in vain.
We need to be able to come together as a Jewish community and not be afraid.
The event marked 30 days since the attack of October 7th to recall lives lost and to renew the plea to get back hostages held by Hamas. In addition, hundreds more with the group Jewish Voice for Peace made their message clear, unfurling banners at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Some proclaimed Palestinians should be free, while others carried messages like, "Not in our name." Voters in key parts of the country will head to the polls today. Kentucky's Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is running to win a second term against Republican challenger Daniel Cameron, who currently serves as the state's Attorney General and has been endorsed by Donald Trump.
The question here in Kentucky, though, is, it is a Republican state in presidential elections, very much so. Antipathy towards Joe Biden, antipathy towards the National Democratic Party. Does that override the positive feelings voters seem to have toward Beshear?
That was NBC's Steve Kornacki. In Mississippi, Republican Governor Tate Reeves is seeking re-election. He's facing challenger Brandon Presley, who's vying to be the state's first Democratic governor in 2 decades. Republican Governor Kim Reynolds of Ohio is making it official, endorsing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for president at a rally Monday in Des Moines.
With your help, a year from now, Ron DeSantis will beat Joe Biden.
It's a big deal for DeSantis, who's been lagging far behind frontrunner Donald Trump in the polls, as he hopes to use the endorsement to get Iowa Republicans on his side before the Iowa caucuses. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Taxes 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
United Auto Workers President Shawn Fain says General Motors employees will get a 25% pay raise if the tentative deal with GM is ratified. Speaking on MSNBC Monday night, Fain said that companies are starting to see the UAW's cohesiveness.
You know, the companies saw that we had a unified union. Not, you know, in the past, there was always, two sets of people, the membership on the floor and the leadership in Detroit, and it's not that way anymore. We're one unit.
He says that 25% raise goes up to 33% when accounting for inflation, and the maximum pay will go to $42 an hour. Pay will go up by 11% in the first year of the contract, and Fain says they have drastically decreased how long it takes the UAW members to earn top pay. Prosecutors will have until next month to hand over DNA evidence to the judge in the Idaho student murder case. Lisa Taylor with more.
The judge set the deadline so he can determine what evidence is admissible. Brian Koberger is accused in the fatal stabbings of University of Idaho students last November. Koberger could face the death penalty if convicted. It's unclear when the trial will start. I'm Lisa Taylor.
Mississippi's oldest black congregation celebrates 204 years of ministry. Rebecca Hughes with that story.
The small St. Peter Baptist Church in Pascagoula was founded in 1819 by a freed slave named Dudley Brooks from Louisiana. Pastor William Marshall tells WLOX he's been teaching the congregation for 33 years. He led the congregation in the celebration this past Sunday. He says the goal of the church is to continue to build on their legacy while also continuing to spread God's message.
The office-sharing company WHIR is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, valued in 2019 at $47 billion. The company reported liabilities ranging from $10 billion to $50 billion. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You're bragging about an economy that has 2/3 of Americans at best living paycheck to paycheck. Many of those very same people, they're tapping into pensions at paying very high penalties to get that money just to make ends meet, just to get bare necessities. And the same for people that are using credit cards with very high interest rates. I'm reading in some cases as high as 30% interest rates that, just need them for bare necessities. I mean, it's a disaster. The real estate industry is collapsing, except in wealthy states that people want to go to, like Florida, Texas, the Carolinas, Tennessee. Those states are doing pretty well.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Kurtzinger Sunrise Outfitters in Danville salutes America's armed forces and all of our military veterans for their sacrifices they've made. Our troops are our angels of freedom and our wings of protection, fighting to defend our country. We honor our warriors for their dedication and bravery, as well as our veterans and those who have given their lives in the line of duty. They are America's true heroes. This tribute from Kurtzinger Sunrise Outfitters in Danville. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave. God bless America.
Hi, this is Karen, and at ADA Heating and Air, we offer free estimates on replacements. We install American Standard heating and air conditioning equipment. Our employees do not work on commission, so you don't pay for unnecessary repairs. We offer the best pricing around. On average, we can save you 15%. We offer same or next day service. Financing is available on our website at adaheatingandair.com. Call ADA today for all your HVAC needs at 859-519-6382. ADA is on the way.
Well, good morning to you. Caught me with a spice bar from Bert's Bakery in my mouth. Sunshine today and election day, high of 74. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here now. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's officially Election Day. The big race is, of course, the governor's race between Daniel Cameron and Andy Beshear. However, multiple local races are on the ballot today as well. In Harrodsburg, the mayor's race is between three candidates, incumbent and writing candidate Sam Carr, and challengers Bob Williams and Jennifer Casimir. In Danville Schools Precinct, a school board race between Steve Becker and writing candidate Melinda Weathers. And in Garrett County, a vote on whether or not to make the entire county wet. Polls are open from 6 until 6. A third arrest by the Boyle County Sheriff's Office of a man who was attempting to contact an underage female. We told you about the other two stories that happened weeks ago. This one happened last week, where Boyle County deputies arrested 44-year-old Jeffrey Beck of Washington County. They say Beck distributed an obscene video and image of himself to who he believed was an underage juvenile residing in Boyle County. However, what Beck didn't know was that he was talking to an undercover Boyle County deputy during an online operation targeting child exploitation. Beck was arrested and lodged in the Boyle County Jail on multiple charges. Today is the funeral for longtime sports reporter Marty Warren, who died Wednesday of last week. Warren covered sports for the Advocate Messenger for more than 40 years and was frequently heard on hometown radio sports broadcasts during football, basketball, and baseball games, as well as on sports shows. Visitation for Warren is today from noon until the time of the service at 2 o'clock at Walden Funeral Home in Perryville. A Boyle County middle school teacher is one of 21 teachers across the state selected to participate in the Holocaust Initiative. Pamela Gooch will be a teacher leader in the UK JHF Holocaust Initiative for 2023-24. The initiative features a collaboration with educators from across the Commonwealth to enhance the K-12 Holocaust education. Gooch will work with the group to prepare Holocaust education workshops for teachers in Boyle County and across the state. And Garrett County's annual Angel Tree event will happen this morning. The Casa Angel Tree lighting happens every year around this time in Garrett County, with this morning's special event taking place at 9 o'clock at the First Southern National Bank lobby. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and they're volunteers that advocate for a child's needs in the courtroom. You're encouraged to shop for gifts that fulfill the needs of the Angel Tree children, then return those contributions back to CASA. I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you for that, Jack. Brought to you by Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road after wreck. Tell the tow truck driver to take your vehicle over to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road in Danville. Sunshine, a high of 74, low tonight of 58. Tomorrow, sunshine 78. Thursday, cloudy and 67. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. And we have got Dusty in studio for Kentucky Music Preview Tuesday.
Morning, Joe.
Dusty. You got voted yet?
Not yet. I was going to do it right after this.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to hit it up.
You going to First Christian?
No, I'll probably hit up the showroom is probably where I'm going to go.
Okay, headed that way?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I got to head down that way anyway.
Okay,
so it's
makes
kinda
sense.
on the way. Yeah.
So there you go.
It's good times. You know what I'm excited the most about today, though?
No more ads after today.
No more ads.
You just wait till whoever wins starts running the victory ads. Thank you for voting for me. I will promise to be a great governor.
Is that a thing?
And they'll run those until the next governor's election.
The victory ads?
The victory.
I got a text message from one of the candidates, and I responded to the text message. I'm like, I am not going to vote for your candidate solely based on your annoying text message.
I keep on getting text messages, too, like from... It's not even really from a candidate.
It's from their paid group.
It's from like their
whatever.
group. Yeah. I think it's like a Daniel Cameron group who keeps on texting me.
And I'm like, how did I wind up on that?
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Like, where did they find my number and why are they texting me? And I'm just like, listen.
It's the American Principles Project PAC, not authorized by any candidate or a candidates committee.
Okay, but just
reply stop to stop.
Yeah, and so I've replied stop to many of those. But,
stop.
And
I
then
just replied.
Just the next PAC contacts me about it, right?
Oh, you got off that PAC group, but you just wait, Dusty.
Right.
They got another PAC group for those people who reply stop.
Exactly. That's exactly what they do. They just take your numbers. They just like at the end of the day, they're like, okay, all these people said stop.
Yeah.
Now let's sell it to this PAC, and then they can just do the same thing.
It's a shame.
And you're just
it's a doggone shame.
It's almost as annoying as like if you got like a personal call at home back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hi, I need you to vote for such and such.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm trying to eat and have a life. If I cared about this, I'd look it up.
Back on our landline phones,
right? Or it's called a POTS in the tech world.
Mm-hmm.
Plain old telephone system.
A POTS.
A POTS line.
POTS system.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, Dusty, what do we got going on today in your world?
Well, Joe, I forgot to ask you about it last week, but how did your chili cook-off go?
Oh, at church?
Yeah.
I did not win.
Okay.
But I did not finish last.
Well, I mean,
so I think I finished third, but check this out. So the lady who won, it was good. I actually didn't, so I tried them all out, but I didn't vote for one because I didn't want to vote for mine. That seemed cheesy, but I also didn't want to vote for someone else's against mine. So I tried them all out.
I mean, but if you're a candidate, don't you just like vote for yourself or you vote for somebody else?
But this is the church chili cook-off. This isn't to lead the state here. So anyway, so the one that I would have voted for was the one that won. However,
that's good.
It was a chili contest, and the day before, on that Friday night, Rebecca had some friends over, and she made some taco soup for that. And there was some left over. So she's like, I'll just take the leftover taco soup to the chili cook-off. We need to get rid of it anyway. There's going to be people there that'll eat it. Whatever.
She got second?
She got second above me, and I think I finished third. She didn't even make chili. It was a day old. And just brought it to get rid of it.
Okay, I will say that soup and chili, like that style of food, does get better. Like, it just lets the...
It's set for a day, set in the fridge, the flavor's juiced together more.
Yes, they blend more,
You know what also aggravated me?
What's a taco soup, though?
It's like...
is it not a chili? Like, I'm confused.
It's kind of a chili.
Do you put it on a...
But it's got corn and like beans and meat. It's basically like a chili, yeah. But it was just, it has kind of a taco flavor to it more so than a chili flavor.
Do you put it on shells?
No, but you can put like chips in it, you know, like crumbled chips up in it and stuff.
I think Fritos would probably be good with
But here's what aggravated me the most. So I call the guy putting it on. I'm like, hey, are people bringing shredded cheese and sour cream and all that for toppings?
Right.
And he said, no, if you want that, you got to bring your own. So here I am. I made my Cincinnati-style chili. It went over well. People liked it. It just didn't win.
Yeah.
And I brought shredded cheese and sour cream and oyster crackers for people, and they were putting it on the other chilies. Like, no, you don't use my toppings for other chilies and then vote for them. That's not the way this works.
Oh, so you think your toppings improved other people's chilies?
Of course. What chili isn't improved by cheese and sour cream and oyster crackers and hot sauce on top of it?
That's true. I mean, I'm not a fan of the oyster crackers. I could go
But
with
still,
that.
like, the toppings is what makes the chili better.
That's true. Yeah, sour cream and chili.
We didn't even have shredded cheese, Dusty. I took a block of Colby cheese and had to shred it myself with a cheese grater.
Yeah.
The effort that I put in and the audacity people had to put my cheese on top of other chilies and then vote for them.
Okay, so were you like standing by your chili with your hand shredder, and then they were just like, "Oh, I brought this other chili. Can you just put some cheese on it, please?"
Tell me when. Like an Italian restaurant.
You know you can buy those from Olive Garden.
The
hand
cheese
shredder.
grater things. Yeah. No, I didn't know that. And no, I wasn't standing by. I'd pre-shred it before I went to church, and I just sent it right beside my chili.
And
So
people
it's
just
not
went
like
up
I
and
was
grabbed
standing there like the chili gatekeeper to tell people you can't use this shredded cheese for other chilies.
Was it a blind taste test? Like, did they know whose you were voting for?
No, people didn't. I mean, like we, the chili makers, knew, but everybody else didn't know. They just would come up and try it all out. It was blind.
Yeah, so they just had like a number, and you voted for the number.
Yes, and it had you had the recipe so that if something
allergic,
you wouldn't try that one out. But yeah, so it was a blind. We didn't have our names next to it. So Jeannie Covey won. Jeannie Covey, she was the winner. It was good. I finished third. Rebecca's taco soup, which was not even meant for the competition,
not even a chili.
Finishes second.
A taco soup.
And she just kind of rubbed it in too.
Of course.
Like, Joe, I didn't even mean to do this.
Yeah,
and look
like,
at me, better than you.
It's like the person who's like never played a sport, just goes and just like gets a high score one day, and you're just like, what? And you've been practicing for hours.
You've been doing this for hours. Some people are just naturally talented. Rebecca is naturally talented at making soup.
Taco soup.
Taco soup, to be specific.
Now I'm kind of. Do you have any left, or is it all gone?
Oh no, this was like 3 weeks ago, Dusty.
It wasn't 3 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago. It was a trunk or treat event.
Okay.
At church. It was before Halloween.
That's true.
So no, we don't have any left over. By the way, my Cincinnati chili was good. My mom and dad dressed up like Joseph and Mary. That was their trunk or treat, as the preacher would do at the trunk or treat. And they put a bunch of hay in the back of their trunk, and it was Find Baby Jesus in the hay. Like, I don't think this is realistic. I'm sure the Virgin Mary didn't bury Jesus in hay.
But you got to keep him warm, in the manger.
Dad ate some Cincinnati chili, and he said it was the best chili that I've ever made. So and he dropped a spot of chili on his gut. And I said, this is realistic. Look at Joseph with a chili stain on his robe.
Chili stain.
And as I was making fun of him, I dropped some chili right on the same spot on me, and me and Dad were walking around with a chili spot in the same exact spot in the trunk or treat. It's in the blood, folks. We couldn't help it.
The Mathis stain.
The Mathis chili stain. All right, Dusty, what do we got going on?
Well, you got we previewed Nick Shoulders last week. I think it was last week. I might have time traveled between now and then. But he's going to be at Zanzibar this week on the 7th. So that is tonight if you want to go hit up Zanzibar there in Louisville. Mm-hmm. The people we are going to be listening to is Lake Street Dive. I got to see them many times. I think I've seen them at least 3 down there at Manchester Music Hall. But they are going to be at the Louisville Palace on the 8th. So that is tomorrow. And they're just a fantastic band. Nice high energy brass, like a big old string bass that this lady can stand on while she plays. Like she can like balance on it and then play as she's standing and balancing on it.
Wow.
Because I like tiny people with big instruments always amuse me.
That could be like a segment.
Tiny
like
people.
The late night show. Tiny people with big instruments.
And then old Tommy Prine is coming to the Burl on November 8th. That is also a Wednesday if you want to check him out. And then Justin Wells will be playing there at the Burl the 11th. So that's Saturday. And then I want to let you know at the Palace you get Travis Tritt. He's coming to play some TROUBLE over there.
Yes.
At the Louisville Palace on the 11th.
Isn't he here's a quarter, call someone who cares? Is
That's
that Travis
right.
Tritt?
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's a quarter.
Call someone who cares. Yeah, that's Travis Tritt too. Okay.
Then you got the Eagles along with Steely Dan at Rupp Arena on the 14th. So if you are preparing for that and want to get tickets, by all means, go hit up the Rupp Arena to go see. Yeah.
This is Travis Tritt. It's a great day to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is, because the ads will stop. The political ads
We get to go vote, and then tomorrow the ads are done.
And then what else is happening? I went and saw Stomp last Sunday.
How was that?
It was great.
Yeah, Miles Bell went and said he had fun in it on Sunday, too.
It was an awesome show. We didn't stay the whole time because you had the time change, and it started at 7:30. I don't know why it started so late.
That's late. That would be 8:30 regular time.
Yeah, and then when you have kids and they got to go to school tomorrow, like by the time you get done, but I think we made it a good 45 minutes, like almost an hour in it, and we enjoyed it very much.
Cool.
The one question I have, do you think it's weird if I reach out to the Stomp on sound tech stuff?
I would say as a sound tech, that's something you should do.
Because I want to know how they mic'd it. Because at one point they did like a song with lighters, like Zippo lighters, and like that's like you get the flick of the right?
Zippo.
The flick of the Zippo, and yet they could still pick it up on whatever mics they were doing. Now, granted, Norton Center is like an excellent acoustic place regardless, and so I think that definitely helped them out. But I do want to know like how they mic'd it all, because it's not like they had mics on their hands or anything you could see. So they had to be what's called like a shotgun mic or like an ambient mic that has a big pattern that like picks up a lot of stuff.
I think you should email stompsoundguy@yahoo.com.
Stomp.
That's got to be his email.
No, it's probably an AOL. All right.
They've been around for a long time, so it may be a Hotmail or something like that.
Hotmail.com. Yeah. A good old one. But I was very impressed with Stomp. They always put on a good show. They have different bits and stuff. They had like shopping carts that they rammed against each other.
Yeah, Miles said they played kitchen sinks around their neck at one point.
And they would like rub with the rubber gloves, like, and they would make like a noise.
I wish I could have gone and seen that.
So my other question is, do you think those people just sit around like they're like at a Waffle House and they're eating, and someone starts like ding 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 ding, and then
someone else tosses the hash browns diced, sliced in the air, and like, well, we can add sliced and diced hash browns to our next act because look at the sound this makes.
It's like they would smack it with their like flat like spatula, and be like, right, and they're just like trying to get the different
You think that there are multiple Stomp acts though? Right. I mean, the one Stomp group wasn't just in Danville, Kentucky on Sunday, right? Don't you think there's multiple Stomps stomping around?
I don't know, because I know it's popular, I know it's well known, but I don't know if it's that well known to have multiple groups, right? And like what I want to know is like there was one guy who was wearing like a hat. He was funny and he was like tall and lanky, and it appeared as if they had a costume for a smaller person, and then this guy just had to be that, and that's the only costume they had, which made it even more funny. But
this came from 2009. So a long time ago now, it was 14 years ago. But there are now, from 2009, there are now 5 Stomp ensembles playing in various parts of the world. A European production is so popular that there are rumors a second one will be offered. Oh, wow. Stomp's auditioners are looking for skilled percussionists who aren't afraid to try outlandish things. I think I could be in Stomp. I'd play a kitchen sink for them.
Well, here's the thing. You also have to know how to tap dance.
Never mind.
They do a lot of tap dancing.
Yeah, I couldn't be in Stomp.
And but I mean, like
I'm disqualified.
The rhythm part of it. I mean, okay, I think there are like some of the Stomp members that obviously like they're like either newer or like you have to get used to it because maybe they didn't do as much dancing as the other ones, right? Or as solos. And so
they're like walk-ons. They haven't earned their full Stomp scholarship yet.
Exactly. And they can but they can still keep a beat and keep a rhythm even though it might just be like the simplest one, but they're still out there doing it. So by all means.
They were second stringers and the first stringer was out with concussion symptoms.
Understudy, right?
Yeah, an apprentice.
I did notice that all the Stomp people had like really ripped arms.
I can imagine carrying those things around all day long. Yeah,
and then it's like that's what like for an hour and a half, all you're doing is like one dude did even just like played his hands, so he would just like snap and like do things, and so. But I'm just, how do they mic it? Like that's fascinating to me because it's just like it did such a great job without feedback, and it's such sensitive microphones that they could pick up even like the sounds of the brooms, right? And you're just like, how do they do it?
That's good. All right, what do we got going on, Dusty?
So Lake Street Dive, they're coming to the Palace this Wednesday. You want to go check them out. And this song that we're going to be previewing is one of my favorites from them called A Good Kisser. It starts right out, Joe, right out of the gate.
If you're going to tell them everything, tell them I'm a good kisser. Tell them all the things you told me in your desperate whisper. If you're going to tell them everything, don't leave out the good part. Tell them the way that you broke my heart when you told me that you missed her. Tell them I'm a good kisser. Tell them I'm a good kisser. You know I'm not proud of the thing that we did. Did it work out just the way that you wanted it? After it all, I stood up tall. I kept my mouth shut so you wouldn't fall. Now everybody's talking about me, 'cause you were dirty me up just to get yourself clean. Get yourself clean. If you're gonna tell them everything, tell them I'm a good girl. Tell them all the things you told me in your desperate whisper. If you're gonna tell them everything, don't leave
good kisser.
By Lake Street Dive, they're going to be playing at the Louisville Palace on the 8th. If you want to go check them out, fun show, great times.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, and the Palace is an excellent place to see live music. Speaking of that, I recently went to a place here in Danville that offers live music to kind of help them out.
The Boondocks?
Yeah, Boondock Saloon. Mm-hmm. You got to type that in because there's different Boondocks.
Yeah, Boondock Saloon, that's across from Danville's football stadium.
Yeah.
Stanford
Road. They needed some help with some stuff that they purchased from that Sugar Liquid place website, the Sugar Liquid.
I've heard you talk about them before.
Yeah, and they kind of, I don't know, say they did them wrong, but it's just kind of stuff that doesn't fit in it as far as, like,
so you came in to save the day, though, right?
I mean, I told them what I would do if I was in their spot. And then they also are going to get a training session for their board.
Yeah,
they
okay.
did purchase that. I personally, it's more of a sound guy preference that I'm not a fan of that board because it's kind of hard to learn, and it's not intuitive as other boards, but it is the least expensive board on the market, so you'll see it quite frequently in venues such as that.
Cool. So the Boondock Saint, that's a movie. The Boondock Saloon.
The Boondock Saints, yeah.
Boondock Saloon. Yeah, they had is it Kentucky Headhunters or Kentucky Linemen? Kentucky Linemen that were there.
Which used to be the Fletcher Brothers. Mm-hmm. And they used to play at Junction City Field Days. I remember them playing on a hay trailer back in the day. And I bought, I think I have a cassette of theirs. And I also have a signed picture somewhere in my room at my the house I grew up in.
Yeah. Did you tell them that on Saturday? Or
No, I didn't go there Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. I just met up with the owners and stuff yesterday to discuss. And I mean, they have some good stuff, but like, for instance, if you're a venue, if I was running a venue, I would want to fly my speakers, which means that you want to hang them from the ceiling.
Okay.
Right? Or you want to get them up above, and you want to like
the Wesley Music Venue.
No, I wish. My brothers and stuff always ask me when I'm going to open up a venue, and I like the idea of working with bands and doing the sound for that and bringing live music to Danville. I don't like the idea of any other part about it.
Yeah.
Which is the money-making part.
Like the managing part of it?
The managing, the bartending, the ABC laws, all of that. Or like getting a building, maintaining a building. I complain about staying in my deck, let alone maintaining a whole nother building where people come in and are just rude to the building. But anyway, so it's like I wish I had that part. Like if I could just have that part, I would be okay. But that's not how any of that works, right? Like if you're gonna do a venue, you have to know how to do it all.
Yeah,
and I don't.
Well, then someone else will sort of venue up and hire you to be like the music manager.
Yeah, sure. And we were looking into that because we're looking into like different forms of income and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so you want to fly the speakers, not just like set them down on the ground, and then it's just I don't know, just like simple things. And then
so you're gonna go and do all that?
No, because the speakers that they purchased are not flyable. They're more like a portable system, and so like they go on poles. But it's like that's just not like it's not. It just looks weird if the speakers are on poles on stage. Like I don't know. It's just a aesthetic thing, grant you. But it does have some sound quality improvements.
And Dusty, no, I don't think anyone's going to notice that when they walk in.
Well,
besides you,
yeah, that's the thing. Like
you let these things that no one else would notice. But it's the same thing with me. I'll be listening to a radio station and I'll hear like dead air for like 10 seconds and be like, "Uh-oh,
what are they doing?
Someone's in trouble right now."
Right.
But no one else would be. They'd just be like, 10 seconds of nothing.
If you walked into a house of worship, right, and you saw speakers on poles, that's immediately what your eyes are drawn to, though, right?
No.
No? Is that not what your eyes are drawn to?
No, my eyes are not drawn to the speakers on poles. That's that's not even what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking that they should have flown these speakers from the ceiling. I'm just thinking this is their setup and they put speakers on poles.
Yeah, true, but it just, I don't know, it improves the looks and the sound quality of all of it. And it's just like, it's one of those, there's a part of me that doesn't get the idea of purchasing, like investing in money in something I don't know anything about, right? Like without asking an expert first, and then you're.
Is that why you don't sports gamble?
Right. Yeah. It's exactly it. Because I'm not that. I don't know it that well, and I would vote with like I would bet with my heart, not my head, and I just lose money. Like, and that's no bueno.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like I don't know. There's just a part of me that it's like I wouldn't trust a website because that guy works on solely commission and he's just trying to sell you things. And he's not going to be the one down there installing them. He's not the one that you call whenever like something goes wrong and you have to troubleshoot it or how to operate it even. He's just going to be like, go to the website.
Yeah, so Dusty is saying call Pro Sound and Lights.
I'm just saying, like, before you make a big investment, like, okay, you go to a car dealership, right? And it's not like you also want to take that car before you purchase it and get almost like a second opinion on it, like, right?
Yeah.
You want to take it to a mechanic that you trust,
especially if it's a used car. Yeah,
exactly. And so it's kind of like that. Like, I don't go and just be like, I've been driving cars since I was 16. I know how to do this, and I just don't go and just purchase a random car because I was like, yeah, I think it's good, right?
I hear you.
And so it just kind of baffles me sometimes about it. So
Dusty,
I don't know.
With the Kentucky music preview.
That's my rant for the day.
He's ranting.
Go vote, everybody.
Go vote.
Yeah.
And look, I had Oreos that we have not tried, and I don't think they're brand new, but they're limited edition, and we didn't get them when they were around last time, and now it's it's around during the holiday season.
Right.
And I looked, we have not done hot cocoa flavored Oreos.
Ooh.
And I bought those. Here's the problem. I bought them last week, like on Wednesday, because Rebecca sent me to Kroger on Wednesday, and I was just ho-humming along, didn't expect to see Oreos that I'd never tried out. And here they were. And so I grabbed them thinking, here they are, I got to get them. And then the kids found them.
And now they're gone.
And now, I don't think they're gone, but they've been open for a week now. I don't think it's fair to try Oreos that have been open for a week, so I have to hopefully see them in store again closer to next Tuesday and buy them and bring them in.
And just
or just
buy
don't
them.
open them.
Yeah, just buy them and bring them in.
Yeah,
bring them in here before
set
you
them
go
up
home.
on a high shelf.
Yeah.
So the kids,
so Rick
like
doesn't get into them,
vultures,
really.
like crackheads, don't climb up the bookshelf to get to the Oreos.
There's like, I see them.
Dusty, appreciate you being on. You
Thank
go
you,
vote,
Joe.
and I'll go vote later on. Okay.
Sounds good.
9:33 in the morning.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TAXI for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TAXI for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TAXI.
Hi folks, Mike Gay here. Are you frustrated with your current job? Want to get that promotion but you don't have a college degree? Then go to Essity.com. We're hiring 25 new machine operators starting at $19.38 an hour. Is work-life balance important to you? Well, we have 12-hour shifts. You can work 90 nights, work 90 days, and then you're off 180 days during the year. That's with no required OT. Essity, ESSITY.com.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Get ready for the great outdoors with our Rootology sinus and allergy support products. Or try our DEET-free, all-natural bug repellents that are safe for the whole family. We even have a natural bug repellent for dogs, which is specially formulated to repel mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and ticks. Enjoy the great outdoors naturally by visiting your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Fitzgerald-Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Get ready for the great outdoors with our Rootology sinus and allergy support products. Or try our DEET-free, all-natural bug repellents that are safe for the whole family. We even have a natural bug repellent for dogs, which is specially formulated to repel mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and ticks. Enjoy the great outdoors naturally by visiting your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
The new home for A&L Accessories in Danville is at 491 South 4th Street next to Smart Loop, featuring gifts, purses, jewelry, watches, scarves, body care products, and official Simply Southern Products dealer. Open at 11:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Stop in the new home for A&L Accessories in Danville, 493 South 4th.
At Lennox of Danville, we install all things hitch and towing related, from a gooseneck to a fifth wheel and even a classic receiver hitch. We also install wiring you need for your new hitch. Quality products made in America. Call us today, 59209-4033, or stop by 935 Stanford Road. Lennox of Danville, we make tough look good.
Have you heard about Farmers National Bank's Teller On Demand service? I gave it a try, and I loved it. I simply touched the screen, talked with bank specialists live on screen, and they made it quick and easy. And the service even offers extended hours, 8 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Located in Boyle County at the bank's Danville Square branch, next to Big Lots and the Garland Drive branch on the 127 South Danville bypass. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
This is Jimmy at the Parthenon Greek American Eats, letting you know what's new for you. We have a lunch combo that includes a gyro, burger, or falafel with rice or fries, including a drink for $11.95, and our newest addition, half club sandwich with a cup of soup for $8.95. Danville, Lexington Road.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
Danville Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Find new roads at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Hi, I'm John Welsh. Lease a new 23 Chevy Equinox LS front-wheel drive for only $159 a month for 24 months. $41.99 plus first payment and taxes due at signing. 10,000 lease miles per year. Stock M 24081. Must be GM lease loyalty. Bob Allen Chevrolet on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right then, Jack, brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Delahaye. Call ahead for an appointment. 236-2299. Danville Auto Body Shop. Cloudy skies becoming sunny on Election Day. High of 74, low tonight 58. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 80. 67 Thursday. Rain comes in here, cools us down for football Friday for the Boyle County Rebels. Right now it's 9:39 in the morning, and we have got Ann Yeager in here. And to make it official,
the following is a paid program.
Yes, it is.
Love Jim.
Yes.
Love him.
Here's Ann Yeager.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
What's going on with AY?
Well, we got a question today.
Okay, what's the question?
And then we're also going to talk about some holiday stuff. I got some stuff for you. So the question is, if I'm a pallbearer, when do I get to the funeral home and what should I wear?
Okay.
And how do I know these things?
Seems fairly simple, but okay, give us the answer.
Yes. So every funeral is different.
Okay.
I don't have a good cut and dry answer, except for when to get to the funeral home or to the church, wherever the service is. Whatever time, the good rule of thumb is whatever time the funeral is, get there at least 30 minutes ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
That way the funeral home can get your car lined up or can arrange for how the pallbearers are going to ride to the cemetery together, give you some basic instructions. We pin our pallbearers with little white carnations just to signify that they're pallbearers. But we like to do all that. It only takes us about 5 minutes, but that way you have time to visit and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
So, rule of thumb, get there at least 30 minutes before the service.
Okay.
For what to wear. Now, every funeral is very different. So, sometimes you have to go with what the family would prefer. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, it's okay to call them. It's okay to call and say, hey, I really thank you for the honor of being a pallbearer today. Is there anything, should I wear a suit, or is there anything in particular I should wear? Like, we've had families who the person who died was a huge UK fan. I know that'd be shocking around here. And so they all wore their UK
stuff,
apparel, yes, or Admirals or Boyle County, or so there are times that they're wearing specific outfits or something that symbolizes a part of the person who died's personality. Some families are more formal and would prefer suits, and some families are more casual, less formal and would prefer blue jeans. Sometimes they say blue jeans, white shirt, no tie. Like, so some families give specific instructions.
Yes.
If you don't know, it is always okay to call and ask.
Okay.
That is always above board because, and if you don't want to call and ask, go for overdressed. Because if you have on a suit, you can always take off your jacket and tie if you're a man.
So if someone...
But it's awfully hard to put one on if you don't have one on.
If someone has a funeral with you at Stiff and...
if I call the pallbearers and I usually...
what if one of the pallbearer calls you and was like, hey, I don't know what to wear. Would you tell them?
Hold on, let me find out for you.
Okay.
And let me call you right back.
All right.
And sometimes, so if I'm calling the pallbearers, so every family is different what they want. Some families, we call all the pallbearers and ask them on behalf of the family. Some families, they want to reach out to all the pallbearers. So the hardest part is there are no phone books anymore.
Yeah.
Well, there are phone books, but it doesn't give me.
Well, the phone book...
I have to track down cell phone numbers now. So if I ever call you and I'm like, hey, do you have so-and-so's phone number? I might be looking for pallbearers.
Yeah. Well, the phone book that you have is inside your phone. Those are the numbers that you want to have, or you Google.
Yeah. How many phone numbers do you have in your phone?
Not nearly as much as you, I'm sure.
Well, we had this conversation one day at the funeral home because we had a family who she didn't keep any phone numbers.
All by
memory?
memory?
Do you know how to look at?
No, I don't. How do you do it?
Is it an iPhone?
Yes.
Go to your contacts and scroll all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
All the way to the
there it is.
Z, yeah.
766 contacts. Now, some of those are email addresses that are somehow in my contacts, but I got 766.
Dusty, how many do you have? He's looking. I see him over here.
766. I have broken...
And then I'll tell you
how many I've almost broken Barry Bonds' all-time home run record. What do you got,
Let's see
Dusty?
how many Dusty's got.
917.
Okay, so Dusty's got the business contacts.
Yeah,
Dan Yeager's got like everyone in Danville.
No, I don't have everyone in Danville, but I have 2,042.
2,000? Jeez. It's 3 times as many as I have.
But you want to know, I mean, that's why I have to have a whole lot. I have like every minister in town. I have your dad. I have your brother. I have lots of people in my phone. Like, I could track you all down in a heartbeat. I mean, it's... I might have your mom. Yeah. I might have your mom, for that matter. Yeah. I mean, I you know.
So
I have to talk to people.
So with that said, if you need to get in touch with someone, you don't know how to, contact Ann Yeager.
Do you know the person with the most? Because I put this on Facebook one day because my sister brought this up because we had this family who didn't keep any contacts. The daughter didn't keep, or sister didn't keep any contacts. We were like, how do you keep up with that?
Yeah, what do you do?
What do you mean the person with the most contacts on the phone at Stiff?
No. So I put it out on Facebook. My sister put it out on Facebook and was like, who has the most contacts in their phone? Can anybody beat my sister? And Clay Albright in Danville, he has a lot.
Yeah.
But he still doesn't. The person that we were like, who do I know that would have the most contacts? I know someone with over 5,000 contacts in their phone.
All right. Is it local business owner or something? Or?
No, but she's from Danville, but she doesn't work in Danville.
From Danville, but doesn't.
And her family's from Danville, and her siblings live here.
What did she do? What does she do?
Well, as soon as I tell you, if you know her, then this is going to give it away. She's the president of tourism in Lexington, Kentucky.
I have no idea who the president of tourism in Lexington is.
She's from Danville. It's Mary Quinn Kerball Raymer now.
Okay.
But she had over 5,000.
Well, when you're tourism director in Lexington, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And look, I go through my contacts sometimes on my phone looking for a number or whatever, and I come across people and I say, I have no idea who this person is.
Oh, no, I make notes about people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always, so there's that third line in there, like, because you could do like first, last, and then like a company. I always put like the church, if they're like the music minister, if they're a pastor.
Yeah.
Let me go through my phone. The first person
I could look through my contacts and just pull up all the ministers in my phone.
You just type in minister in the search and it pulls it up. Or I type in band because I know I have a lot of band contacts.
All right, I'm looking through my phone.
I have ministers, I have churches, I have
to see the first
doctors,
person I don't know that pops up.
Coroners.
And I'm getting it a lot on Facebook, too, where, like, someone pops up my Facebook friend, and I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, but why did you put them in your contacts if you don't have an idea who they are?
Who? On my phone?
Yeah.
I probably needed their number at one point. I don't know who this is.
You want to call them live on air?
No.
Who are you?
See, that's their email address. See, a lot of these are email addresses. How do they get in my phone contacts?
Then you synced them from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have some that are just
ridiculous.
emails, and I have some that are just Because it depends on how I've contacted someone.
Well, what I run into is like you'll tell me your name, and I'll just spell it however I think it's spelled, and then
I can't imagine how Ann Yeager's spelled in your phone.
And then
Dustin would take your phone.
And then you give me like something official, and it like pops up, and it's like, oh, I see a new contact. And I'm like, okay, add. So it's like I have that person twice. But one of them's my misspelled version, and the other is like...
My dad drives me crazy because he still puts people in by their different phone numbers. So he'll have like the person sell the person.
Oh,
instead of having instead of having one contact, he'll have like three contacts for a person.
Here's the first person, Matt Payne. Matt, if you're listening to the show,
Matt Payne.
I don't know who you are, dude, but I got your phone number in here. I could call you right now if I wanted to. I don't know who the guy is. No idea. Where did I get his number from?
Who is Matt Payne?
I even Googled or Facebooked him, and there's the only Matt Paynes I know. It's like one mutual friend, so it's not like someone that like pops up because that's the guy.
Yeah,
there's 50 mutual friends. I don't know who he is.
No, I put everybody in there by how
I should have put
also
who
how
Matt
I
Payne
know
is.
them, or if there's any other information. Like
Yeah.
I even have notes on some people.
Right. Like, do not call.
No, like
Warning.
Do not pick up this number.
No, like one of my best friends, I have her coffee order in my notes in her contact.
Perfect. Like that's that's
like
good.
random. I put random stuff like that. Like I add birthdays, I add all that kind of stuff.
Birthdays are good.
Because then if you add someone's birthday to your contact, if you have an iPhone, it'll automatically show up in your calendar.
Oh.
And I'm really bad about that. I'm about remembering birthdays.
Yeah, me too. And like Facebook doesn't help me because it gives me all the ones that I don't care about.
Well, I'll forget to look at Facebook that day.
Well, no, but
if it's somebody's birthday, I know. Oh, I don't do that.
All right, I'll let you all continue this conversation. I'm going to go get my coffee.
Joe's done with us.
Refill my coffee.
As we talk about birthdays and random.
Well, we do have a
He's
commercial
like,
break.
This is the Joe Show.
I mean, I don't care who hosts the show. I've said that before. As long as the paycheck stays the same, I could care less who hosts the show. All right, 9:47 already. We'll step aside, come back, and we'll have like 8 more minutes with Ann Yeager after this commercial break.
Hey, Joe, did you know Big Deals has got something new?
Where can I save money now, Radio Rick?
We've got the Anderson Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Buy a $50 gift certificate for a Big Deals price of just $35.
Sounds awesome. What do they have?
They offer jewelry, apparel, gifts, and home decor. They do embroidery and monogramming. Come and see their selection of comfortable jeans, heavy canvas bags, lamps, art, scratch-made soap scents, natural soy candles. Find the perfect curtains, blinds, and shutters for your home.
Sounds great. I know where I can get my wife a gift and save money. Please don't tell her.
It's up to me. Joe, you like to eat, don't you?
You bet.
Save money at the Big City Pizza Company in Danville. Another new way to save.
I'd love to have some of their 3-cheese mac and cheese pizza.
Well, get over to hometownlive.net and save on Big City Pizza with a $10 gift certificate for just $7.
I'm on it. Pizza night tonight at the Mathis house.
You, too, can save with more big deals at hometownlive.net. Lots of discounts like Bread of Life, Sweets by Cindy, O'Charlie's, Applebee's, the Old Bus Station, and A&L Accessories.
Chrysler of Lawrenceburg wants to share with you this holiday joy with 10 deals to Christmas. Every week, they're adding a new deal to help keep you in the holiday feel. Come get the Christmas tree in your 2023 Jeep Compass LTD wrapped in luxury for under $500 a month.
10 deals to Christmas.
For you big truck fans, get winterized with diesel oil change. Whatever yours takes for $199. It's Christmas time, and Santa's driving that way to Chrysler on Lawrenceburg.
Chrysler of Lawrenceburg. 10 deals till Christmas.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy since 2010. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com. Mom Blakeman's Candy, Kentucky's best kept secret.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. There's 2 area teams left in the playoffs. Boyle County hosts Perry County Central on Z105. Mercer County hosts Louisville Central on 99.5 FM WHBN. Pre-games right after 7 o'clock. Kickoff for both games at 7:30. On Saturday, Kentucky versus Alabama. 10 o'clock pregame, 12 noon kickoff. We'll have it on Z105, your home for the Cats.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
$9:51 in the morning. And Yeager in studio. It's Tuesdays with Stiff.
Yeah, you got to turn me back up.
Yeah, what's going on?
He has turned down so that Dusty and I can't just keep talking.
Someone's got to cut the cord here, the literal microphone cord. Stop this. Hey, you all had a lunch and learn on Thursday. How did that go last week?
Oh, it went great. That's
learn.
the one that we had to move to the funeral home, the Danville Funeral Home from the double booked
Junction
us.
City?
Mm-hmm. But it went great, and we have another one next month at Morning Point.
Okay.
Which is so we've had a last one at the funeral home for the year, and now we have one at Morning Point.
Tabitha Teague.
Yes, and that's the last one for the year.
Okay.
And then the first of the year, we're going to do a Zoom one sometime in January or February. I'm working on that date now, and I'll let you know as soon as I know. So if anybody wants to join us from the comfy of your pajamas,
cool,
on your couch, you're welcome to. So.
Yesterday in studio, we had Barbara Satterley from the Caring Friends Hope and Help Grieving Group. That was in studio, and she was just talking a little bit about a group, and it's designed for anyone grieving. And grief can last forever, right? I mean, like you're constantly missing the person that you've lost, and we get in this time of year, and you get in the holidays, and Thanksgiving's 2 weeks from Thursday, and Christmas is a month and a half away, and this is a tough time of the year for people.
You have to remember, some people are having their first holiday without their loved one. So everything that they've ever done, all of the divided chores, all of the mom-made mashed potatoes or anything like that has just been flipped upside down. First year my gran was gone, we literally didn't think about it until the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Who was going to make the mashed potatoes and the asparagus casserole? She'd always done it. I'd never made mashed potatoes before in my life. It was an interesting endeavor.
So you did it?
Yeah.
Did you do the asparagus casserole too?
No.
All right, but you
I
did
just
the
did the mashed potatoes.
Did you end
I
up
thought
okay?
they'd be easy. I mean, they were okay.
Did Alex not help out?
He wasn't around back then.
Okay, this was live
This was
without
like
Alex.
2003. Yeah, I had to figure it out on my own.
It was pre-Alex.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a rough day. I had lots of tears crying over how do you make mashed potatoes, which sounds crazy, but in that moment it was very real. It was I was very sad, and I was heartbroken that I hadn't learned from her, and I didn't have her, and I couldn't ask her. And those are the things that are so hard. So I just encourage you in this, especially in this time and space. Number one, check on your friends and check on your neighbors. They might be having a really hard time. If you're doing something holiday, they may or may not feel holiday-y. They may not feel like celebrating the holidays at the moment. Or they might be feeling left out because what they've always done has changed so much.
Yeah.
So reach out, and it doesn't hurt to just check and be like, what are your traditions? What's changed? What are you worried about? And ask those hard questions. We were talking about this at my church about having the hard conversations. Nobody wants to have hard conversations. However, having them can relieve so much stress and anxiety. And just saying things like, if a man has passed away, if he has died, and maybe he's the one who's always carved the turkey. This is where we would get in trouble if something happened to my father or Alex, or my brother. Like, we always have one of the guys always carves the turkey. I hate carving the turkey.
You don't have a first string, second string, and third string turkey carver.
We do.
This would be bad.
Dad passed it off. Dad's passed it off to like the younger, here, no, y'all do it kind of thing.
He's done.
Yeah, and Alex hates doing it, so they pass it down the line. But I would be destroyed if I had to figure out how to carve the turkey because I don't want to. I've never had to. I don't like to.
Yeah.
And those are the little things that you have no idea that somebody might be worried about. And so I also encourage you, if you're just sitting at a stoplight and someone's not paying attention, remember they may be going through something totally different emotionally or mentally at that moment. It may have nothing to do with the stoplight. It may have nothing to do with the grocery store or wherever they are. It could just completely be, and that kind of fear and anxiety and anger and hurt and sadness can literally paralyze you sometimes and make you puddle. So, number one, I just remind you to reach out, have the hard conversations, think about who might be struggling, think about if someone's alone this year for the first time, and think about your network, think about who you need to reach out to, who needs to be checked on, and just remember to just be extra soft in